Welcome to the show, everybody. Happy Monday to you. I'm going to grade that Sunday slate. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
I was just about to say.
It's still football, but it's been a tough 2-week stretch.
But that's failing. So it's a failing Sunday to you?
Well, I'd rather be doing that than something else.
I got you.
Broncos saved the Sunday.
Broncos absolutely saved Sunday. All right, so we're going to get to the Broncos in a minute. That was Cowboy Reed there. We got Nolan here. We got Dr. Fag. And Bo is wearing an A shirt. He wants to look like Fred Warner. His microphone. There you go.
Yeah, no, Tanner's got me muted. I'm Fred Warner.
You do look big as shit.
He's Fred Warner.
Fred Warner,
last
baby.
night.
Yeah.
I see.
Nice.
Cool as a cucumber. I'm in the box. You guys are on the field grinding. I'm up here in the box, just zooming in.
You are in the box, penalty box.
In the box.
We'll start, guys. We'll start with Sunday Night Football, shall we?
We shall.
Let's do it.
It just let me go ahead and participate in our poll and grade this Sunday slate a C. Who are the Atlanta Falcons? I don't know who you are. You know, one week it's are you smoking a fucking dart?
Yeah, dude.
You lost the bet.
I lost the point, so I'm smoking on that Macon Gunner
Take
pack.
one. Take one. Give me that lighter.
Okay.
Why did you get American Spirit?
Well, this is what Jeff
American
Passan
Spirit
smokes.
Yellows?
Yeah, that's what Jeff
Just
Passan
'cause
smokes. Remember?
Jeff Passan watches 185 games of baseball a year. Does that mean you're going to do it?
Shit, I might.
A Newport would have done just fine.
All right, true.
Yeah, well.
You guys are smoking darts in studio.
I
James.
can't.
Hey,
can't-
smoking on that Macon Gunner pack.
I am being hotboxed by a cigarette. I'm not gonna say anything. As many times as
This is pretty gross.
Hotbox you guys with Bud.
This tastes like my grandparents' house back in the day.
The good old days.
The good old days.
That is an awful smell on dart.
Last time I had one of these was Nolan's wedding.
These
Yeah.
take like 12.
I was
You're
gonna
going to be
say.
smoking an American Spirit until we get to the flyovers. Those fucking things burn slow.
You
dude.
hey, you got an ashtray over there?
No. I don't own an
Smoking
ashtray.
a cigarette in a suit jacket is good though. Like it's better than doing it in a wife beater. I'll
Strong
tell you.
look.
No question. No question. Anyways, who are the Atlanta Falcons? 30-0, they lose to the Panthers. Then they shock the world and beat the Bills
Yo.
on Sunday night. What, am I going to start a fire? You want some?
No, yeah,
Oh.
you're gonna start a fire, bro.
I'm not going to start a fire. You think this table's going to just set on fire, dude? No. Come on, man. You're too scary right now, dude.
You guys.
No.
Okay.
And then
It's not where I would put it,
and
but
then you end up with the performance you had last night. Now, we're gonna get to the Niners because, as I've said this year, like Kyle Shanahan should. I know Steichen's doing a great job. It's not taking anything away from them. They're so entertaining and they maximize everything they do. And he's an offensive coach and they're a juggernaut. But you know what Kyle Shanahan's done. I think the first thing, bringing back Robert Saleh to stabilize a young defense. You talk about the motivator he is, the game planner he is. You're down, you're all pro, all everything linebacker. You're down, you're all pro, all everything defensive end. And you find a way to hold the Falcons offense that has a lot of playmakers on the field to 10 points. Now, they manned up more than we expected, right?
Yep.
They got pressure on Michael Penix, who we'll talk about in a second.
Does Salah have a cameo? I would love to hear a Salah get ready for a game speech.
I don't think Salah has a cameo. I don't know what he's making, but the Jets are still probably paying him, yeah?
I hope so.
probably.
They
There might
should
be an offset in there.
Well, if the Jets are still paying me like 7 figures, I'm not doing a cameo. But honestly, speaking of cameos, this damn Tatum Bethune guy last night played really well, and then
Ballin'.
Bryce Huff, who added to the short list of players that the Eagles would probably like to have on their team this year that were on the team last year. I put him on the list with Isaiah Rodgers, who got absolutely. He was burnt toast yesterday, so that probably makes you feel a little bit better. But Bryce Huff was like he's had some really heroic rushes early in this season, and they made Michael Penix look like a rookie, which is kind of what he is. And I don't know, I don't want to say we ever got out over our skis on him, but I'm just not sold on him. I'm
Right.
just not sold on him. We talked about this in the car. I feel like a lot of guys body catches footballs. I feel like, there's a lot of awkward kind of moments at the catch point, and some of it's on the receivers, and some of it's on. I think he's being a lefty. You talk to receivers. It's one of the first things we talk about when we go to camp and ask like the guys like, what's it like catching the ball from Michael Penix? Well, it's a lefty. It's a little bit different. I also think his ball kind of rises, and we've kind of been on it. There are areas of the field that he avoids. So just from a play standpoint, to not be able to run the football, not great, all that stuff, not be able to protect Penix. He was terrible under pressure. The delta between him under pressure and with a clean pocket is massive, and I can't help but wonder how much of it is his athleticism. You saw him kind of, hobbled at the end of the game. But the coaching decisions in this game absolutely killed him. The Falcons did not pay attention to the details, and they are facing an outfit who, albeit are down a bunch of guys, are coached by Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh, and they just got out-coached and outplayed. And we talked about it coming in. George Kittle coming back is going to change everything in the run game. It did. There are some stats that I pulled up from Next Gen, which
I got him if you're ready.
Yeah, hit me with that, Bo.
With Kittle on the field for 28 carries, the Niners had 151 yards, 2 touchdowns for 1.4 average. You just keep smoking on that dart while I'm ripping these stats off. With Kittle off the field, 6 carries, only 12 yards, negative 2.1 average yards before contact. So clearly, like the tip of the spear, as you like to say there, Chris, in the run game, and
that's right, Bo.
Really paid off for CMC, who was balling, especially in between the tackles. That's what I was impressed by.
Well,
like,
they're using them in different ways. And the Niners can press the edge and one cut run, hit it downhill. You saw Kittle leading into the A gap. They just it gives them so much more flexibility. He can catch a fucking ball, I don't think.
No.
So
and to continue to heap praise on the tight ends, I thought Luke Farrell blocked his ass off too.
Yes.
And obviously Juice kind of factors into that tight end piece, tight end fullback piece, and the offensive line. I mean, Trent as the like the double teams. You talk about like the post guy and the drive guy. Post guy being the first guy to fit in, and then when Trent comes in as the drive guy, just puts his hands on people. It is like immediate displacement. Yeah, it's like jarring almost. And what's awesome about that Niners run game, when they get that rolling, you get to really see the best of Kyle Shanahan with the designs. It's like they hit you wide zone one way, toss the other. They'll come back with a draw play with pullers, a counter.
Yeah, it looked like more gap scheme, Noel.
Yeah, a lot of gap scheme in there too. Yeah, so they did a great job offensively. And just to continue to heap praise on the Niners staff, defensively, the first play of the game, the Niners come out and they're an odd front. I was saying this to you, Chris.
Yeah.
I was like, I forgot what team I was watching.
Yeah.
It's so rare to see the Niners in an odd front look. But the focal point of the plan for them was taking away the outside zone for the Falcons. They did that. Played a lot more man coverage. They were like 16%, I think, on the year coming in, and then 31% yesterday. I think taking away the outside zone, you got the Falcons into probably some more drop back passing than they planned to be in, and then kind of switching the coverage up on them. Typically, when you play the Niners, you're like, all right, I'm going to see cover 3, I'm going to see cover 4. But now Penix is dropping back. He's seeing a lot more man coverage. I think that slowed him down a little bit. He just looked a little off again, kind of similar to Carolina.
I'm just not sold on him. I'm just not sold on him, and I'm not sold on the Falcons. Last week I thought, oh, this is, maybe what we saw earlier in the year was an aberration. They're a different team week to week, and I talk about before the half. Like before the half, to me, and that's Penix.
Do teams not work on situational football a lot?
Part of it is he can't move.
Yeah.
And you talk about like the best quarterbacks in this league being able to break the pocket, even the ones that are, some of the sort of best quarterbacks in the league, like Bo Nix, like a big asterisk thing, but like he can move.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these guys, Drake May, he can move. I mean, like the young, exciting rookies, Jaden Daniels is hurt right now. Caleb Williams, the whole gang, but he really lacks that mobility, and he couldn't get out of that tackle box. That was just a brutal sequence, 10-second runoff, 10 seconds with left on the clock in the first half. And then later in the game, there are just 2 moments that I have a huge fucking pet peeve as somebody who analyzes this game. If you're in 4-down territory and you know it, and it's 3rd and short, fucking Michael Penix is a big guy. Go ahead and sneak it twice, or give the ball to Bijan Robinson up the middle. Don't toss the ball outside.
Or they against the Bills, they did the Felipe Franks sneak thing.
Yes.
He had like the quarterback background.
Do
It's like-
something,
yeah.
but don't do that. And don't do that, and then on 4th and 1, throw an out.
Right.
On a night where your quarterback's not really seeing the field. And so I just, like, to me, that situation, right down to not kicking the ball, because I think that's a 52-yard field goal or what have you. At that point in the game, there's 8 minutes left, and I turned to Nolan and I said, the next time they get the ball back, now they're going to be down 2 scores. If you kick with 8 minutes to go, you're going to get one more possession. Whether you're down 3, whether you're down 7, or whether you get the ball back on a turnover or a punt return, you're going to get the ball. I hate it when teams back themselves into corners and end up with not enough possessions to end the football game. And that, to me, was like, if you're going to do it better, but don't. Just kick the field goal. It's a low-scoring ball game.
Right.
And then at the end of the game, Ulbrich, 2:46 to go, you haven't really rushed 3 all day. You rush 3, and there's 10 motherfuckers on the field. And that it's just the back-breaking stuff that plagues this team. And I got to say, like, as long as they wear those uniforms, they will not contend for a title. So it's hideous. That's
fair.
just a gross outfit. You like that? You like that? You like those uniforms? Do you like those uniforms?
You know,
I like
Oh
them
my
too.
God, that's a weird kink.
I like them.
No, it's not. And yo, you know what I just thought for you? I got a new potential job.
Golly,
Chris.
dude, this thing's halfway done.
Like, I got a new potential job. Chris Long, situational specialist.
Dude, I'm telling you, I sit in the, do I not sit up there?
No, I
and
know.
I fucking,
I know, bro. That's what I was saying. Like, since the start of this year, situations come up in the half, in the game, or something happens in the game, and you're just always
I got
the
it.
first one to be like, they're doing this wrong. Like, why are they doing this? Like, why isn't the coach like correcting this?
I don't know everything about football. Okay, there are coverage wrinkles
For
that I
sure.
don't know. There's there's all types of things, but I know situational fucking football because us as players, we get it hammered into our heads.
Shout out to Al Groh. We did a
know-
lot of situational football drills at UVA.
Here it is. GLGM, Green Light Game Management.
Yeah, dude,
you
just
go.
call
There
me,
you
dude.
go.
I'm sitting in our man cave on Sundays. Call me,
Yeah,
dude.
if they could call,
Well, hey,
if they could call New York,
You're
for some
watching the
bullshit.
game.
Kevin O'Connell.
You're watching the game. They can just phone into you. Hey,
Right?
what should I do here? You know?
Kevin O'Connell in the red zone. It's 7-1. Brother, run the football.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, 3 incompletions later.
You know what I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet? A super fan hacking into the sideline mics. Like, what if you hacked into the sideline mic and when he's trying to get a call from upstairs, you're just like, no, this is what you're doing. And it's like, hey, who the hell is this?
Dude, I wish I could have hacked in because that was just hideous. But yeah, big win for the Niners, and as we mentioned, like, they will get guys back, and it's so hard to write them off. You know, you keep saying, well, can they overcome this? Can they overcome that? Getting Kittle back's huge. They'll get more guys back. They should probably think about they're already thinking about being buyers. Like, they were watching that Cincinnati game Thursday intently for half the game, probably thinking maybe we're going to have a shot at Trey Hendrickson. And then as the game went on, it became apparent that Cincinnati thinks they're kind of decent. So, I don't know who you go out and get, but to me, the way this young defense is playing and the floor of the offense,
I was just gonna
Right.
say,
High.
I was just gonna say, if you put pressure, or kind of good pressure in the sense that if you're a young guy on that defense and you start playing well, like, maybe they don't go out and get somebody. Maybe they keep everything in house. It just seems like the way that defense and those guys went out there, Robert Saleh and the coaching staff as a whole, it's evident that they have everyone ready to play. And
Totally, and I totally get that. And I think last night was more of it. We were riding over here, and Nolan was like, "Hey, you were talking about, Shanahan being coach of the year, and this is a big win for San Francisco." And I was like, it kind of feels to me like, and we know San Francisco is a good football team, but an indictment on Atlanta.
Yeah.
Just an indictment on Atlanta, the front not protecting him. That's been the strength of your team. That's been the weakness of their team. And last night it totally flipped. And, I think Huff's like a good Robin at his best, right? And right now he's rushing really well. But I think, like, when the team goes out and drafts 2 defensive tackles, banking on the fact that you have Huff coming in free agency. You have a rookie in Mykel Williams who you want to get more out of in pass rush. He's been more of a run stuffer. You lose Nick Bosa, and now you're kind of like, fuck, if we'd have known this, we'd have gone out and done something. But how could you know? So, all right, the next game. I'm sorry, dude.
What's that?
The international game.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm going to start talking about the Rams, and then I'm going to let you just scream.
catch me up because I think I missed this one. It was early. It was the early
Yeah,
game,
you had
right?
something to do.
Yeah, I think I missed this game. The Jags, they played this week?
Yeah, they play.
That's
played
awfully
Sunday
convenient,
morning.
Dr. Pack.
Veteran play.
Wait.
Yeah.
The Jags, they played this week?
Oh, dude, no. I didn't order this. What is
Oh,
this?
my God.
You put the wig on the grill.
That's my DoorDash order
Now,
right
this
there.
is a fire hazard. Can we get the camera's not on it. You got to. You can just walk in front of me, Reed. I don't think they belong
The
on the
Jaguar
grill.
has the wig.
How we're above 500. How are we on the grill?
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
But
I think you're cooked.
This is
Fully cooked.
This is a game about the Rams being excellent organizationally. It's they are a true program. Obviously, coming to the game down a tackle, they come in most notably down Puka Nacua, and he's getting a huge target share. And you kind of wonder when you're number one and DeVonta Adams has not been on the same page with Stafford. He's caught a lot of errant balls. He's missed a lot of errant balls for whatever reason. And I said this last night, I feel like Stafford sometimes, especially when Puka's the feature guy, when he goes to DeVonta Adams, sometimes I wonder if he's trying to force him into the offense, and sometimes the throws aren't there. And that's why we've seen kind of a, 47% completion percentage going to DeVonta Adams prior to yesterday. To find him 3 times in the end zone, huge, 5 total passing touchdowns. They spent the day in 13 personnel. They just do what they have to do. And I thought, like, in a game where you fly in the day before and everybody says, including players, like, we want to get there earlier, we want to get some sleep, but the sports science nerds are always like, the sleep science guys used to tell us, like, you want to be a tactical strike operation. You want to come in and you're not going to adjust to a 6-hour time difference in 3 days. So just go in, play the football game, and leave, and that's what they did. And with the Jaguars down, Lloyd and really Walker, it kills them, right? The Rams forced them to defend 12 and 13 personnel. Jags have to keep base on the field. You got Ventrell Miller out there. You have Gardeck out there. The Jags played more cover one than usual on early downs especially, and that kind of burned them. And, the Rams used motion to get a really clear picture of what was going on in this game. The first drive, they motion to a bunch, and you get a clean pick on 3rd and 2, and then on 4th and 3, Miller's an edge pressure guy and lets Kyron Williams run right by him. There were situations like that all game. They were running verticals to clear out space underneath. They were attacking, corners, safeties. The safeties had a rough day. We'll talk about the offense and the drops and the quarterback, but, like, very disappointing for the defense to play the Rams in this state and to play that way. And the Rams did a great job of manipulating space, as I said, and just keeping 3rd down manageable. It was an ugly sight if you're a Jacksonville fan on defense, and really it was a no-show for the whole team.
We need Lloyd. I think Lloyd is a very intricate part of that defense. He's a play caller, and I just feel like the defense isn't moving that well and being in the right spot, like, without him out there. And it's just evident that Jacksonville Jaguars are a team. We are not going to win games without takeaways. We're a team, our offense is not – we have too many penalties, and we're not producing enough to score on the regular amount of possessions that you probably get in the flow of a game. We've been getting 3 to 4 extra possessions every single game that, like, most of the games that we've been winning.
Yeah.
And it's evident that if we're not doing that, then we don't have a chance to win. And as crazy as this score of this game was, we talked about it before. The way we play and kind of the mistakes that we make, if teams capitalize on those mistakes, this is how every game is going to go for the Jaguars. And, like, we have too many penalties. It's the same thing every week. Too many drop balls. And it's one thing to beat yourself, But it's another thing when you start playing these teams that are decent, like you're going to get the shit kicked out of you.
Dude, 13 penalties, 119 yards. That's been a problem all year for them. And
No sacks.
I think Liam Cohen, and Trayvon Walker not being 100%, not being out there kills them because you start dipping into the depth bag. And I talked about this like in prior weeks. When you play the Jags, you should be in 12 and 13 personnel. It's almost like McVay was listening. They had to be that way because of the injuries, but because it forces Jacksonville to put some guys on the field who are not great football players. Right. And
they need this chill. Yo, what are we waiting for? Travis Hunter should not leave the field. He should not leave the field.
I disagree.
Bro, they waited 30.
I disagree also.
He should play more defense.
No, that's how I feel. He should play defense. But if all these guys are dropping passes on offense, he should be playing offense too. I know you don't want to run him out, but the fact that he didn't play the first 30 plays on defense, and then you put him in there on DeVonta Adams, and he has a great PBU. An amazing rep.
Plays through the hands.
It's just like, bro, like, how do you not see that and be like, okay, this is he's on the number one receiver. Let's keep him in there. I just don't understand the thought process of what's going on in Jacksonville.
Well, especially if you're going to play.
I'll tell you what it is, dude.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, you can't play a guy that talented that much his rookie year. You just can't do it. You have to pick and choose. You have to figure.
Well, I mean, like the norm, the onus,
physicality of the sport, dude. You're not. You might get a lot out of him for a week or two, but come week 14, 15, 16, 17, I'm sorry, but like the physical toll is going to catch up to him at some point.
They say rookie wall. They say rookie wall, right? Does it come twice as early if you're playing every snap? I don't know. I guess the point I'm making is the squeaky wheel to me, the offense can I think the offense's ceiling is always going to be lower than it could be with the quarterback. But that's just my taste in quarterback.
I hear you.
He missed a lot of layups yesterday. He wasn't the sole problem offensively for them at all. But the issue for me is like your defense is you talked about the turnovers. That's not going to happen in volume the way it did early in the year for this group. And they did miss Devin Lloyd. But, like, to me, you grease the squeaky wheel. And I said this coming into the season. He's a Hall of Fame talent defensive back. Skip Bayless agrees with me. But offensively, when he's out there, he looks like a nice player. You get the ball in his hands. You find ways to get him the ball in space. He breaks tackles. But, like, I think his ceiling is higher defensively. And
I was just going to say, I think at this point in the year, too, they can kind of adjust their thinking. Like coming into the season and through the first 6-7 weeks, it seems like it's been game plan specific. And coming into this game, maybe their thinking was, hey, it doesn't matter how many snaps he plays defensively. It's going to be a shootout. They're going to, our pass rush isn't great. Walker's on a pitch count. Stafford's going to light up our coverage. So maybe that was the thinking there. But now I think you're at a point where, like to Chris's point, with the floor of the offense being lower, like I look at the offense, and to me, it's not like, man, they could benefit from one more piece.
No, they have the pieces.
Yeah,
they need to execute.
Right,
and that's what we talk about with the drop balls, and like at the end of the game, Diami Brown is running across the field on a crosser and kind of makes a business decision, and I've seen that a few times this year with their receivers, and I kind of
I'm ready. I'm ready for those practice squad guys. There's guys who are in that organization right now that are dying to catch a fucking hospital ball from Trevor Lawrence. I do not want to hear it.
And
these guys need
dying the key word.
They need to catch the ball. I don't care. But this is what you sign up for. I hate seeing that.
No, I hate it too. And I think with Brian Thomas Jr., who has a ceiling as he's a Pro Bowl wide receiver. He's a guy who could, we said this last year, he could be in that group of elite wide receivers 10 years from now where you're like, he's just owned the league for 10 years. But he is struggling to catch the football. Legitimately, his hands have failed him a couple times. There are times where he's taken his eyes away and worried about the big hit. And my point was going to be, hey, partially, the quarterback, when he leads you into the ER a couple times the first month of the season, like you kind of wonder how much of that is like a known thing in that building, and guys are kind of. And I know you don't care.
No, it's not that. You know what guys do though. I say, hey, speak to Olave. He let Derek Carr do it to how many times?
I understand.
Like, you know what I mean? Hey, if you want to be, it's part of the game.
We know that's the point. The point is these are professional receivers. You don't see professional receivers dropping the football. I think Brian Thomas Jr. had like 4 or 5 drops on the year, and that puts him in the top echelon of droppers in the NFL. When you see the Jags receivers play receiver, you're like, oh, fuck, this doesn't look right. And it reminds you how good receivers are in the NFL. All the contested catches that guys make away from their body, down by the ground, over the middle. And it's just like the standard needs to be much higher than that. And the standard on the quarterback needs to be much higher. Like, I know he's under pressure, and Jags fans and the Trevor Lawrence hive tried to, pass off last week as, oh, well, the offensive line was just terrible.
They were.
They were, but the time to pressure was higher than people wanted to admit.
Absolutely.
And then this week, it's not him on every throw. But when he's not making the layups, it is really hard for this offense to move. And I said this yesterday watching Carson Wentz, and I don't mean to be – there was a time where I was really – I caped for Carson Wentz, and I think the teammate in me wanted him to play better. But he was never the same guy after 2018. And I think part of that's mental, part of that's physical. But the thing that I was always enamored with him was big, strong guy, big arm, athletic, gets out of trouble. Sounds a lot like the guy down in Jacksonville. Now, I think the guy in Jacksonville is a better football player right now than Carson Wentz. But what's his career trajectory going to look like? I kind of think in 5 years he's going to be playing the Carson Wentz role somewhere. And so, like, it's just me being honest. Like, I could be dead wrong. Maybe they win the Super Bowl and it blows up in my face and you can give me a bunch of shit. But I just don't know if he's the guy. And I think Liam Cohen, offensively as a mind, is the guy.
I think
But
Liam
he's
is
got to
the
be a
guy.
head coach and put this fire out, whatever's going on mentally with his receivers. He's got to coach the quarterback up to move along faster, and the penalties have to stop, dude. Because I think you could have run the football in this team, but the game got way out of phase.
But
and they just weren't ready to play.
What pisses me off about that?
Matt Stafford threw a wet ball to 10 different fucking receivers. He threw touchdowns to Mumpfield and Ferguson. A guy named Mumpfield caught a touchdown pass from Matt Stafford in the rain yesterday.
In the year of our Lord 2025.
So that's my point is, like, the good ones make it work.
Absolutely. If
The
you're
good ones make it work.
skilled players dream to be with a quarterback like that. But I don't want to shit on Trevor too much.
No, he's not the whole reason.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's just
30,000 foot view. I just don't think he's the guy.
I do think, Nate, we should give you a moment to welcome Travis Hunter into the touchdown club of the Jacksonville Jaguars. You as a member of having scored.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Look, me and Travis Hunter both got 1 touchdown for the Jacksonville.
What an elite fraternity, dude.
Welcome to the club.
And I do want to I want to shout out the Rams rushers as always. A lot of fun to watch. I mean, the defensive line was going to be a problem if the script
But they
played
had
out
6
this way.
buckets?
Huh?
They had six sacks?
I think so.
Byron Young.
Christ.
So, yeah, Byron Young. But here's the thing. It's like
Byron Young's nice.
the guys on the fucking broadcast are allergic to mentioning Fisk, who had a 28% pressure percentage yesterday.
8 pressures.
He causes the first sack of the game, and they're like, yeah, and that's all Jared Verse. I'm like, all right. And that's my issue is, like, people need to realize this group is a lot more than one guy. I think most fans know that, but there are some people that when they watch the broadcast, they don't do a good enough job of highlighting what Byron Young's been doing, what Fisk has been doing. I thought Kobe Turner played better yesterday. I've seen him kind of be up and down this year. Made me wonder if he was dinged, but he played really well. So 17 pressures over Hainsey and Macari alone, not going to get it done. Jags just need they're on a bye, right? Are they on a bye?
I think so.
That'd be merciful.
Yeah, they need that. Great time for a bye.
Yeah.
Byron Young tied for the league lead with 9 sacks, tied with Brian Burns right now.
Which is just
He's having a great year,
wild
man.
deal.
I feel like people are kind of sleeping on him a little bit. He's really productive.
Very productive. Very productive.
And shout out again, Chris, to Giff Smith, the D-line coach there, getting that group rolling.
Giff Smith does a great job. Shula does a great job. We don't mention Quentin Lake a lot. He's a fantastic player. Like they've got some really well coached football.
Landman.
Landman.
I literally was just saying that.
Landman.
And
Ball
Landman.
player.
Landman was out there.
He could play some football.
He really can play some ball. He can play some ball.
Can we have a broader discussion about the picture in the NFC West? Because I feel like, on Sunday Night Football, we saw the Niners. They're banged up, but they're playing good and they're winning. They're 5-2, tied with the Rams, who are also banged up. But I think to me, the Rams seem a little more potent, like they seem a little more polished.
Then the Niners, I would
and they
agree.
have a little bit more. Yeah, and then the Seahawks are also up there 4-2. They play tonight on Monday night. Like you still caping for the Hawks to win the NFC West, Chris?
Well, it's not a cape. That's the wrong
You
verb.
predicting that?
Yeah, I'm still.
Are you
that.
still you're still feeling that?
Well, what I'm not going to do is just change my preseason pick for the NFC West 6 weeks into the season. And here's the thing: like they win on Monday night. We've got, and this is the best division in football.
Yeah.
The NFC
Right,
best.
that's kind of
The
what
NFC best is
That-
back to being the
that's what I'm
NFC
getting.
best. You got the Niners, the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals, led by Jacoby
Cardinals
Brissett,
aren't bad.
who make every game interesting now. And I would stick
Yeah.
with the hot hand or the lukewarm hand in this case.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So this is a really tough division. Like who wins it? I don't know. It's going to come down to how these teams match up with each other. But yeah, it's a great division this year. Let's talk about the NFC Beast. We go from the NFC Best to the NFC Beast.
And first, we're going to hear from the
Oh, I
BetMGM.
love doing this.
Awesome. Yes.
Is this the right one? It's basketball related?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
The biggest college basketball event outside of March is coming to Las Vegas this November, and BetMGM is sending 25 winners and their guests to experience it live. The Players Era in Vegas leaderboard contest is running from October 20th through November 9th, and during that period, you can opt in and earn points by simply placing sports bets. How it works. Number one, opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with a plus 100 odds or greater. Number two, earn leaderboard points based on your bet's odds and outcomes. Number three, the top 25 players will win a prize package that includes tickets to the tournament games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at Mandalay Bay, and more. Vegas is calling. Will you answer?
Hello.
Head to the promotions tab at betmgm.com for full pricing and terms. I'm not a Vegas guy anymore, so I'm sure a bunch of y'all answer, but it's gonna be fun. It sounds like, and those are our friends at BetMGM. Now we talk about our friends in Philadelphia,
Hell yeah.
who that was a big win. It just was a big win. Was it perfect? No, but there were a lot of really bright spots. I caught Jalen Hurts smiling on the sideline. I think things are better, and I like that Jalen Hurts, bro. I like the Jalen Hurts after the game that they're like, with Pam Oliver's like, what changed? And he's like, I don't know. Like I want Jalen to let his guard down a little bit and act like human.
Yeah.
And I thought he was superhuman on the field yesterday in a lot of spots. So that was just a great win. And by the way, Pam Oliver nearly lost both her ACLs on the sideline. Justin Jefferson almost table-topped her. That was going to be a bad deal. Shout out to Pam. Like the Eagles faced a lot. We came into the game and said, hey, they're going to run the football. And when you watch Javon Hargrave take on a double team, you're like, they need to run the football. But a lot of one-high structures. And what Minnesota can do, I was watching the film this morning, and I'm like, how much two did they play? And they played a lot of two, but really the way they get to it, as everybody knows, is going to be different every time. Like sometimes the safety will rotate down in the corner, will come back and play safety and cover two. So like they can kind of play the run with a heavier box and still get to where they want to get to, and that's what they did early in the game. That's why the runs weren't really hitting, but the Eagles start the game off with like 8 of 10 plays or run plays, which to me was a statement. We're going to stick with this thing even if it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust, because we are setting something up later. And people talked about play action. They want play action, right? They want some under center play action. And it felt like through the first half they were setting that thing up, and then they come out of the half and DeVonta Smith calls his number, and he runs right by Isaiah Rodgers, and he throws the ball probably, I don't know, 55 yards in the air. He's one of the best deep ball throwers in the game. Play action, touchdown. Why don't we call them H-bombs when Hurts throws a long touchdown? Nobody's ever, I know what you're thinking, nobody's ever actually used an H-bomb in warfare, so I think we're safe. Although with the climate today, it's kind of like maybe we shouldn't. But why wouldn't we?
Yeah,
call
let's
it an
not
H-bomb?
speak that one into existence, Chris.
I'm not. I'm just saying it's kind of catchy, an H-bomb.
H-bomb.
That's a good question.
It's a guy. Do you know anybody that's got hit by an H-bomb? Okay, so I think
yet.
we're safe.
Well,
Um,
DeVonta Smith, AJ Brown.
Vikings.
yeah,
The Vikings.
The Vikings.
Vikes.
the Vikings got hit with some H bombs, dude. But that was the 7th under center play action pass from the Eagles this year. This is from Nate Tice. Previously to that point, gains of 2, 0, 0, -1, 7, and 1. So just an explosion on that attempt. And what it did is it made the safeties play slower the rest of the game. And, Minnesota just struggled to rush the passer. Like, as good as Jalen was throwing the ball, and he was, there were back-breaking moments in this game where whether it was like 3rd and 13 or 3rd and 15 late in the game, including the A.J. Brown touchdown for 37 yards. That was a 5-second pocket back there. The back-breaking 3rd and 13 that I talked about when they went to A.J. was an 8-second pocket. That leads to a touchdown. 3rd and 15 to Smitty backed up, extends the missed field goal drive, takes some time off the clock, flips the field with that drive. They sat back and paid coverage, and they paid for it. Played coverage and paid for it. And so, like, to me, that was the one gripe I had with Brian Flores' game plan was like, fine, make him earn it, make Jalen Hurts beat you. It didn't work out real well for Spagnuolo in the Super Bowl. But, like, bring pressure in those situations, and I just didn't think they did a good enough job of speeding him up in key spots.
How much more does it mean that Hurts played this well against Brian Flores?
It means a lot because I thought coming in this game you're going to have to run the ball to win. I did not predict that he would choose to take away the run game. And in situations like at the end of the game, it's 3rd and 9. They blitzed them twice on 2nd down, on 3rd down. The first one, Jalen's behind AJ. The second one, you got Metellus, dropping out from a mug look into the slant window on AJ Brown on the single receiver side. So you should have the inside route covered. But I think it was Rodgers at that point just bit on the stutter, and then he's dead. And nobody H-bomb. And nobody throws a better ball with touch outside the numbers than Jalen Hurts. I mean, I got a lot of gripes about the way he's played at different times in this year, but like he throws a magnificent deep ball, and they killed him with that stuff. They just killed him. And another thing is, I do believe had they got down the red zone, the Eagles might have had a tougher climb uphill, seeing Brian Flores' defense in a condensed space where you can stop the run and still play coverage behind it because of the space. They didn't have to run a play in the red zone yesterday. They ran like one before the kick that they missed, but otherwise 37-yard touchdowns, an 80-yard touchdown, and it's the I can't remember the other one, but it was AJ down the seam for a bunch. And so, like, they just stayed away from – and I thought it was intentional. Like, we are not going to fuck around with these drives where we have to go the distance. We're going to take the top off, especially if they're going to decide to take away the run game.
If you're in the offensive coordinator room, does that give you enough confidence to be a pass first team for the Eagles?
But they weren't. They were a run first team, and I saw that question come up, and I'm like, well, yeah, but like the run game set up the pass. The commitment to the run game set up the pass, and really what sets up the pass is having two dynamic offensive tackles that can just do this all day. And if you don't have the interior pressure getters right now, especially with Juergens down, you miss an opportunity against the Eagles, which they don't have.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Chris, can we talk about the Eagles defense for a moment?
Absolutely. That pick six wins the game. That changes the game.
Did you know that Hunt used to be a wide receiver? Because I was looking at this because he dropped a pick last week against the Giants that probably could have been a pick six, but that was an incredible – he's got good ball skills, man. He can play in space a little bit, but that was, I think, a huge benefit of getting Jalen Carter back, and he kind of put Carson on a clock right there, and he threw it to Hunt. And pick six was great. A couple other things that stood out for me defensively: Quinyon Mitchell, dog, just one catch for 10 yards on 3 targets for Justin Jefferson, who is the cream of the crop in the NFL. Like,
I'm with you.
What?
I'm with you. But how fucking frustrated do you think Justin Jefferson is today watching those targets?
Yeah, he's probably getting some self-help books on Amazon.
No, it ain't self-help. It's like help our fucking quarterback, dude. I'm with you. He's a stud. DeJean's a stud. It was terrible.
DeJean is so nice in run support. Him coming down and making these tackles on like the exterior of run plays. I can't remember what it was. It was like an outside zone. going in the red zone like the second quarter. It was so nice. And then DeJean had that great play on Justin Jefferson in the end zone too. Just punched it through the hands, knocked it out. Really happy to get Jalen Carter back. I also think Moro Ajomo is playing really good. I think his as a depth piece, like getting a lot of snaps when Jalen Carter's healthy, like he makes a lot bigger. He makes a much more of an impact than him and that whole defensive line. When Jalen Carter's out, like they just look a little gassed and they seem a little thin. But Moro's been having quietly a pretty good year, man. I think he has like 3 or 4 sacks.
Here's what it came down to for me, and I agree with you. Moro's been playing really well. You'd like to see the young player Robinson get a little bit more involved. Like I don't think he's there yet, which is a calculation I don't know that they made. And they do look totally different with Jalen Carter on the field. We talked about this going into the game. He hasn't played his best football, but he's eaten a lot of slide. And he has freed up other people by being the penetrator in stunts. And then 3 of the 5 picks that I think the Eagles have this year, he's showing up. It's the Mahomes pick on the goal line. Travis Kelce, he wins. He speeds up that process. It's the Baker Mayfield string out that forces him to throw that ill-advised pass. And then yesterday, brilliant call by Vic Fangio on the sim pressure, getting him singled up on the center, which is just taking fucking candy from a baby. And that is the panic button window for Carson Wentz because that's where Justin Jefferson was going to be. Never saw Jalix Hunt, who also rushed his ass off. The game to me came down to red zone, and that is the only caveat I'm gonna throw at this win is like it's a great win. Carson Wentz did not play like a professional quarterback. In one sense, you're pretty happy because it just, you already know you made the right move 5 years ago or whatever it was, but like it just drives that home again. But he did not. I said this yesterday. Sometimes when I play Madden and I'm stoned, I play as Carson Wentz, but that doesn't mean I'm using the Vikings. That just means that's how I'm playing the video game. And crazy. when he got down, and he's tough, and I love Carson, and I pull for Carson. I wanted him to play well in a loss. But he played really poorly. And when they got in the red zone, there were some jaw-dropping sequences. Obviously missing Addison for basically a touchdown on a bust. They have that thing lined up perfectly and the right call and everything, but he misses him. It's a layup. Then you get the high snap and the field goal. 2nd and 1 at the 6. I alluded to that earlier. They go fade, which I don't love, but you're throwing to Justin Jefferson. He's got to come down with that ball. You go incomplete, and then on 4th down, there's a Brandel hold that brings back the touchdown, which ironically was their best play in the red zone of the day, his best. And I don't know if that was a penalty, but we can just leave that there. And then the other one is you come out of the second half, you get the run game going. I thought they did a good job of building those big wings and essentially building a bubble outside the 3-tech and between the end man and line of scrimmage, getting on the edges. The chess match ensued, but when they got in the red zone, you had the miss in the flat. I mean, I'm looking at Ham the whole time, and I'm like, oh, fuck. The only thing is, like, Uche came off his rush for a second, which was pretty sly of him to kind of dissuade the flat, whatever was behind him. Carson goes away from it, and then you get you end up getting the grounding, which to me was just like a cardinal sin. And so there were times when the Eagles made the plays in the red zone, like man coverage. They sort that stack. They motion in. DeJean's using his hands. They're communicating, and Ajomo ends up with the sack. So like it ain't all like the Minnesota mistakes down there, but 1 for 6 in the red zone. Minnesota's got to be they got to be kicking themselves. And I thought like. Again, you go on 4th and 2, you pick it up, you lose the 2-minute warning, dicking around at the line of scrimmage. Even the end of game situational football for me. Kevin O'Connell's a great coach, but like I know he's handcuffed by Carson, and it will be time to go back to J.J. McCarthy as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But I thought there were opportunities in this game. But if you can run the ball, they didn't quite run the ball, the Eagles. If you can turn the ball over on the road, that's the next thing. If you can turn the ball over and score, that's the next thing. So no matter what they did or didn't do, they dropped a couple coverages, but to score on defense, that was huge.
So I was trolling around on Eagles, Eagles X. You guys as fans, I just feel like after a win, no one seems happy. Like what?
No.
Why is that?
No, we're just
that's Philly, baby.
We're just conditioned to find a negative in any good thing that happens.
I think honestly, people can be happier about this one than pretty much any win this year. I
seen
mean,
a
maybe
lot
the
of-
Chiefs win on the road, but I felt like the way they did it with the quarterback having a perfect passer rating.
Agreed.
You know, Saquon looking like he had more juice at times. Like there are still moments where I'm like, his legs aren't the same as they were last year. Like I don't know if part of that is just being kind of beat down and everything.
I got a thought on that, Chris. I'm happy you brought that up because the rushing attack with Saquon with the Eagles offensive line has historically been such a strength. But you think about like, you know, the extra games involved in the playoffs, the Super Bowl, but honestly, more importantly, like Nolan, you might be able to speak on this a little bit better, but what is the success rate of a 2,000-yard rusher the following season?
I've
You know what I
given
mean?
you
Like
this.
that,
Yeah.
I've given you this, that every one of them since 2000 that had over X amount of carries, I don't have it on me, but like they regressed the next year. I mean, Eddie George, DeMarco Murray, all those guys, like it just doesn't, and that's why coming into the season we said one of the biggest deals is going to be running back depth. And they go out and get Tank Bigsby, who we saw a little bit yesterday, actually carrying the football out of the backfield, had a nice run or two. He's been mostly a returner. You do have to spell Saquon. You're going to need him down the stretch. I know it looks like right now you're a pass-first team, but again, like I think you have to run the football. So
but this is my thought alongside those same lines. Okay, you have a 2K rusher coming back, like that takes its toll on the body, but also like what is the broader impact of running the tush push, you know, 5 times a game or whatever throughout the playoffs and the Super Bowl? What's the impact on the interior of the Eagles offensive line? You know what I mean? Like, look how banged up they've been. Landon,
Spine compression.
Cam, we lost Cam. Yeah, like Cam's got back issues. Like, oh, that's fucking crazy.
yeah,
Right.
I'm with you.
Wow.
I think the attrition starts with just having to play more games, and that's something most teams around the league aren't used to. And this Eagles team has been on a run for a couple years here, the better part of a decade, like playing 3-4 playoff games, and so like you're just not used to it, man. And
for Eagles fans, it doesn't get easy. Y'all can lose the next 5 if you look at the schedule. I mean,
Oh, my God.
you got the Giants, who you just. I mean, let's look at it. Giants, you guys just lost to. Green Bay.
are they going to lose the next 5? That's the question.
Dr.
I know.
Rage Bait.
Are they?
You said I know. I'm
Are
asking
they?
you.
I mean, they might go 1-4. Like maybe not 0-5, but 1-4. You might knock the Giants off.
4. I'll smoke a whole pack of American Yellow.
Yeah, if they go 1-4,
Ooh.
On the
Look, Green
I will
Bay.
smoke a pack of
Look,
American
Green-
Spirits in a single
You got
day.
the Giants, then Green Bay, then the Lions, and then the Cowboys,
Isn't there a bye?
and
Where's
then the
bye week?
Bears, and the Bears
After
playing. Then the
you-
Bears.
Did
is
you just
playing
say we're going
great.
to lose to the Bears?
I mean, they're playing great right now. They won 4 in a row. If they keep,
I don't
winning.
know that they're playing great.
Hey,
What was the best thing you think the Bears did yesterday? Nobody knows. I just
play good
And-
defense.
no.
the switch.
Honestly, it was beating the blitz for Caleb Williams and it was playing good defense and turning the ball over. I see what you're saying. Like I've been saying it since the beginning of the year. This is a way more human Philly team than last year. There's some people that just want it to be the same team. They're part of the elite pack in the NFC. They're part of the pack. Like they aren't separate from the pack. There's some really good teams in the NFC. Could they lose some of those games? Sure. But for them, it's going to be about who they become as the year goes on. And part of that's going to be what moves does Howie Roseman make. We talked about not waiting for anybody to come to the rescue because, like, as good as Howie's been, how many mid-season moves have paid off?
Hey, what do you mean, Chris? Didn't you hear the news? There is somebody coming to the rescue.
BG.
Didn't you hear that?
BG.
Yeah, BG.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
I heard Chris
Yeah,
Long.
come
Chris
on.
Long is working out too.
Chris Long's working out, but he ain't working out for that.
Might be available.
You know what I'm saying? But
There was a fan that called into the voicemail line and said that you should start doing some burpees and then get an apartment in Philly.
yeah, well, I've done that before, and they talked. Well, somebody in the building talked me out of coming back.
Ooh.
So, no, it was. I've been close to doing that thing that BG did, and I had a 3-hour meeting with a coach, and I was like, I think I'm good. so and I think that was the year that like things were terrible. So like I'm actually pretty happy I didn't come back. I was 19. That would have been terrible. Y'all would hate me right now. Y'all would be like, this fucking guy sucks because he's on a bad team.
You were supposed to be the savior.
Yeah. So and I think
supposed to be the chosen one.
I think BG coming back is for on the field, but I also think it's a lot of it's for off the field. It's for leadership. It's for, like
Boy, do they need it. Boy, do they need
they came together yesterday. That's all I can do. That's all I can, like
such a troll.
I'm just saying they need it. It's evident because, hey, you know who my model citizen is? They got DeVonta Smith upset in that locker room, and you can clearly see it. My guy didn't even wear the nice three-piece suit to the game.
Well, he was all business.
Like, nah, he's all business in that suit.
Damn, are you reading into his suit?
Yeah, because the mercury is in Gatorade
Gatorade.
right now, and everything is changing. A.J. Brown got people in there feeling selfish and wanting to me instead of team, and I think that just spills over.
Wondering why Eagles fans get so upset after games. It's because they listen to takes like yours.
No, it's not me. I never talk about coaches, and that's the main thing I see with Eagles fans is after games. There's always a coach that's on the
Dude, and here's the thing.
Patullo's
Patullo's not off the hook. Patullo's not off the hook.
See?
He's
Like,
not.
After
I think,
a win, your quarterback just had a perfect passer rating.
have
Like,
you watched the game back?
I hear you.
No, so a lot of what they did was a lot of the best plays were 7-second extended pocket plays where the offensive line is doing such a great job. Somebody wins late, and then it becomes a 3-man rush because Jalen does feel the rush well and will roll out.
So the Patullo hate is.
Can I tell you? Can I get to the end of my diatribe?
Okay.
Okay, so here's the deal. After that first touchdown drive, which script great, good. You got a good game plan. You run the fuck out of the football. You Metellus is standing there holding A.J. Brown's hand and long enough in the pocket to be like, hey, do that. Like, I feel like it's a turkey bowl out there. Mm-hmm. And then there's a bunch of 3-and-outs. So, like, was it a great win? Absolutely. Is everybody off the hook? No. It's it's week 7. They got a lot of time to improve.
Well, it's like we talked about last week. It's like not knowing exactly what the identity of the offense is. I still don't necessarily feel like that's clear after this week. There are a lot of good things out of that game.
What is it?
Not clear. I was thinking about that, Noel, and like, okay, you have a new coordinator. But the bottom line is you have a very talented roster. You've got really good playmakers on offense. Okay, just think about it. You saw Smitty yesterday. A.J. Brown is a deep threat always. You have the best running back, I think, in like the history of the NFL, or like a guy who's clearly up there. I don't think there's anything wrong with keeping it relatively simple in the beginning of the season from an offensive play calling standpoint, as long as it's working. You know what I mean?
They're 5-2. They're 5-2. It's not been pretty. Go ahead, Bo.
I think as the season continues to progress, what you want to see is these counter, or like, you just want to see the offense evolve, right? So the things that have been working so far, as you get that shit on tape, as you understand what defenses are going to do, how they're going to try to attack you, whether it be what the Vikings try to do, which is take away the run game, blah, 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 you evolve as an offense within your personnel and get a little more complicated as the season goes by. Now it's week 7, week 8.
She want a big dog.
I'm just saying there is still hope that it can evolve more.
And look,
absolutely,
that's all I'm getting.
And for Eagles fans, think about this. You guys not having an identity right now, that makes it that much harder for the defensive coordinators going against you to plan. They don't know what the hell you guys are doing.
That's true.
Spins that.
I think we're beating a dead Viking here. We got to move on.
Oh, yeah. By the way,
he's already dead.
I think the Vikings coaches, they listen to the Green Light Pod, because trying to put a guy horizontally in front of the ball during the tush push.
Dude, didn't we talk about that? Like, just rolling the guy. Just rolling.
Just having him there.
Tried that, though, in the Super Bowl, and it did not work, dude. Believe me, I interviewed Cam Jurgens after that. Chris Jones went for a ride for like 14 yards.
No, so you got to have the right guy.
Yep.
And this was the right guy. You got to have like a rookie who's like just happy to be there.
That's
you don't send Chris Jones off the boat first in Normandy. Like, he goes last. So it's just.
You see the meme for it? There was a meme, like the dude that they put in for it. It's the Bane meme. Remember when they're on the plane? It's like, brother, someone can't. You have to stay.
Yeah.
They expect one of us in the wreckage, brother.
Yeah, that's so true. But here's the last thing I'll say is, like, and this is beating a dead Viking, but like, Carson Wentz, look at the passing map yesterday. Not a single ball between the numbers and over 10 yards. And like, a lot of what they do offensively is just that. And there are times where, like, look at how the other night, and I don't think the world of Zach Taylor. Look at the other night how they got fucking, their ace, the ball, 27 times. It was like every play, and 18 barely saw it for stretches of the game, and they had to get creative on how to use him because Carson just likes ripping outs. And so they have to find a way to access every area of the field, and it's not going to be Carson. All right, so let's move to the 4 p.m.s. I just want to set the table with this. Chiefs got to win, okay? 30 first downs to 30 plays run. It's just a wild deal. They allowed 3 first downs, which is more of an indictment, I think, on the Raiders than the Chiefs, because I think they have a good defense, but they're not there yet. They still are trying to become who they want to be. That's the first time since 2008 a team had 3 first downs in the game. And I kind of wonder if that wasn't my St. Louis Rams. So I don't know if somebody can look that up. I don't know if that's a look-upable thing. But a lot of positive for the Chiefs. I know it's the Raiders. I know it's a boat race. They get Rashee Rice back. I don't know if there's a defense in the league outside of maybe the Broncos, but they seem human at times, that can really match up with them. Like I that's the problem. Okay, like we start the season, we say, I don't know about the Chiefs. I don't know. Because it's so hard to see the final product when they're missing guys. But this offense is – I was with Will Blackman this weekend. Shout out. He was doing the UVA game, UVA Wazoo. We got the win on a safety. And me and Will were talking about the Chiefs receivers. He put it really well. He's like, they got a bunch of punt returners. Like, they're just guys – because when you watch Kansas City at full strength yesterday, Mahomes is ripping the ball out of his hands onto the perimeter. There's a million different ways to get to the screen game. And it is guys that are catching the ball, turning, and looking for a lane, an avenue. And Rashee Rice is their best zone receiver. He's the best guy off press in the red zone. He's a weapon in the red zone. He's your best screen guy. So him coming back is a big deal. And they get the explosives off of people getting nosy in the flat. You know, people getting nosy, whether it's, hey, Kelsey in the middle of the field or a bunch of action on the perimeter, and they've been lulling you to sleep with these early down, just hot potatoes out to the fucking edge. And then eventually somebody gets nosy and Worthy's by you.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's all Mahomes has to be when they're at full strength. And I understand how some people who are conspiracy theorists and are like, Mahomes is not that good, they can watch a game and say, oh, well, he's just throwing little dinks and dunks. I'm like, but the thing that separates him is when the play breaks down, he's Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
And so they're on schedule, and then when the play breaks down, he breaks your fucking back.
Right. Yeah, it's like every play the Chiefs run, the play starts, and early in the down, Mahomes is like a point guard. He's just distributing to these punt returners. All these guys can make somebody miss, rack up yardage after the catch. That's the receivers. That's also Kelsey. It's also Brashard Smith, who we've been shouting out on the show.
Yeah.
If that stuff's covered down, that's when he goes from point guard to scorer, like you say, like Jordan. And it's the scramble drill. It's the off-schedule stuff. Whether he's finding a completion downfield, you always see him like pointing guys open, or he's taking off with his legs and scrambling for a first down. There was somebody on the Jags actually during that broadcast. The broadcast relayed this story. A Jags defender, I can't remember who it was, but they said it really well. They said when you play the Chiefs, when they're at full strength, you have to defend 2 plays every play. It's the one Andy Reid calls early in the down, and then it's the Mahomes starting to create.
There are layers to their game, and
Right.
and Mahomes, and not to mention we talked about Worthy, the way he makes you defend this and this, and they make you do that, and all the best offenses do. The fucking Colts do that too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just in a different way.
Yeah, in a different way. But their offense is going to be so fucking scary. I don't know. I was worried about their defense coming into the season, and their little developments you got to keep your eye on with their defense, like Omar Norman Lott, who I think they lost him yesterday in an ACL. This was a group that had barely anybody. They had to go trade for Noddy in preseason. Okay. Lott's down, so now you got to figure out the tackle thing. That makes a tackle trade almost imminent. And Noel Williams saw his season high in snaps yesterday, and he's a guy that a lot of people have been waiting to be inserted in the lineup. Spags is hard on the young guys. Spags makes you earn it. So that's one thing. The way we always talk about the Patriots, the way Bill would talk about, hey, the season doesn't start till after Thanksgiving or whatever, or Halloween. And I would always joke, why am I here, Bill? It's fucking September. Can't go home till. But the whole point is evaluating your team as the year goes on. We talked about with the Eagles and their offense. The skill is in the evaluation of the players on the field. Do the Eagles have the play callers and the offensive minds and the people upstairs that can turn what your chicken shit into chicken soup? Because at times it's looking like chicken shit. Okay, the fucking Kansas City Chiefs defense at times does not look great. But as the year goes on, little insertions, like Noel Williams in the lineup, little tinkering that Spags does. Maybe they go get a guy at the trade deadline. I think they have enough to do the whole thing. And that's what's scary is like the AFC with the Ravens being a little bit down, and we'll see, maybe they can make a run. With the Bills defense the way it looks like, do you think that matchup goes any different than last year at this point? I think the Chiefs might take more to score on them, to beat them, to outscore them. The Colts are an interesting matchup. I think the Broncos are an interesting matchup for the Chiefs. I think the Broncos probably match up better against the Chiefs than they do against run-of-the-mill teams, as evidenced as yesterday.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs are as scary as ever. And I want to say that whatever we've said about them so far, like, all right, I've seen it. And I know it's the Raiders, and I know it was the Jags a couple weeks ago, their defense, who we've been talking about this morning. And I know, the Lions depleted secondary, but they are tough to fucking deal with. So, as we talk about the AFC, and another thing is Jalen Moore has done a decent job outside.
Yeah.
And that's he's done better than they had last year at tackle, period. So, like, we talked about the offensive line. Mahomes is going to be cleaner. And not for nothing, the last 3 games they played the Raiders, they averaged 20 points offensively, and they were all one-score games. This is more like the earlier installment of the Kansas City Chiefs offense, and it's just going to be hard for some teams. So you talk about the Chiefs winning. Everybody knows they're a motherfucker. And then you get the 2 AFC West teams playing in 2 of the biggest games in the 4 p.m. slot. We'll start with the Broncos comeback.
Broncos come back, baby. Bo Nix. I wish I could sound like that guy that we've been those Instagram that you found.
Like a Broncos super fan, yeah.
Oh man, he's so cool. And we've got him here. We'll throw him up. But he is he did it after the Eagles game. Eagles taste like chicken.
I love that guy, dude.
Yeah.
I love that fucking.
Let's go, Broncos! Let's go! Yeah!
Every morning.
The Giants are who we thought they were. The little Giants. Let's spike them in the house. You believe? Yeah! This one's for Demarius! Yeah!
This was his most he kept it classy because of DT, this one, but the other ones are hilarious. Like
he cuts it loose out there.
He really lets it loose. He said after the Eagles game, he was like, Eagles taste like chicken.
Yeah. Which
Broncos defense.
Yeah.
Anyways, this dude's a fucking hoot, and every Monday I send these guys his videos. Shout out to that dude. But this was okay, like Denver, first team in 22 years to trail by 18 plus with 6 minutes left and win. Since 03, teams were 0 of 1,601 when down 18 plus with less than 6 minutes remaining. First team ever to be shut out in 3 quarters and put up 30 plus points in the fourth for the win. Set a franchise record for the most points in a quarter. Okay, Brian Daboll probably felt like after that Chargers win and the Eagles win, like, all right, I can move some furniture around in my little Oval Office. Like, I'm going to be here a while. But, like, this is the one way that you don't keep your job, with the quarterback showing you he is the truth and the light. Okay? Yeah. Blowing this lead it's criminal. And there were defensive miscues along the way.
Yeah.
But there were management issues. There were offensive issues. This was.
I was going to say, in the situation he's in, you can't have Hemingway losses.
This is the Hemingway game.
Yeah,
we were trying to decide which drunkest game of the day. This
he
was
had
the
a
drunkest
Hemingway
game.
Win. He had a Hemingway win.
Well, they're in
and now a Hemingway loss.
They're in the Hemingway game every week now.
I said it was a Willie Nelson game, Chris, because it was at Mile High.
It was high.
Mile High Stadium.
That's really good.
Game,
That's a good one.
That's really good. But
the kicker, you think, he was in 32A, seat 32A, right near the bathroom on the plane.
People can be mad at the kicker all they want, and the kicker blew it. But when you lose a game like that, if anybody on that plane is walking up to the kicker, they should sit the fuck back down, because the football team lost this football game. And, like, yeah, the kicker, he makes that kick at the end. They go into overtime, and, there's the earlier mishap as well. But, like, it just you don't blow this lead. It's 19-0 after the Giants score a touchdown, okay? And the thing that changed for me was the Broncos' run game got going. I want to snap a picture, Reed. I sent you this picture looking at all 22 this morning. This is the toss play to Dobbins that goes for a bunch of yards. Not that one, the next one. That's another issue that we're going to talk about in a minute. Giants are misaligned, or if this is how you align to this look, like you should probably throw this in the trash and light it on fire. The end man on the line of scrimmage for the New York Giants is the shade. And you have an off-ball linebacker slightly outside Garrett Bowles. Guys don't know what they're doing. They toss the ball to the left. I mean, you could be my child, my 6-year-old son could check out of this and get them to the right look. I don't know what Bowen's doing here. I don't know what the Giants are doing here. And, it's not like this is the run that loses them the game, but that just kind of gives you the idea of, like, they just were not on their P's and Q's. And Bo Nix, who's a shit show, a lot of fun, the PBU for a touchdown. You get a PBU for a touchdown. Then you get Jackson Dart off a ricochet for a touchdown to Theo Johnson. Absolutely the drunkest game. The biggest mistake in the game is obviously dropping back on 3rd and 5 to throw. Fine. Okay, at that point in the game. 26-16, 5:07 to go. Denver brings 6-man pressure. He throws a pick. There's no hot. Like, to me, I understand you want to ice this game away and you shouldn't just punt the ball back to the fucking Broncos. But how about a sure-handed completion somewhere? Or how about give the guy a hot if you're seeing that look? There's no hot. Strnad just drops right back in the middle of the field, and Dart doesn't see him. He has a rookie moment. He makes a big mistake, and that to me is like when you know that the Broncos are going to win that game.
Justin Strnad's been playing so well the last few weeks.
Strnad.
When you are on the road in the NFL and you start blowing a lead, it feels like a tidal wave. It feels like there's a flood, and you're trying to stop the water from getting in, but like it's just inevitable.
What did Shane Falco say in the replacements? It's like quicksand.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, whatever you do, you just can't get.
That's what it feels like, and it feels like every play you're like, what's going to go wrong now? And it culminates with them dropping 8. And they're down 2 guys in their secondary, and Brian Burns is super pissed off walking in the locker room, and I don't blame him. As a D lineman who's on the field on 3rd down all the time, that was the thing that really got us upset. And Bo knows this. Like, I'd come off the field and be like, fucking Schwartz. Like, you're the most aggressive guy in the world. We're running.
We didn't drop that. We didn't drop 8 that many times with Jim.
No, but sometimes we would, and I'd be like, Jim, we
would do it in the red zone, and we'd be like, what the fuck? Like, this is not where we want to do it.
You don't want to do it. You really don't want.
You understand.
You don't want to do it. Brian Burns is right, okay? Because, and I know there are situations where you drop 8. But in that situation, at the end of the game, you're down 2 defensive backs. Anytime you take a defensive lineman off the field, you are making an exchange where you're saying, okay, we're going to put 1 more defensive back on the field and take 1 defensive lineman off the field. Seems simple.
We're going to play coverage.
But when you're a defensive lineman for the Giants, you are like you're the strength of the team.
Yeah.
And so you're taking one of the strengths of your team off the field and putting a guy on the field who is a depth piece because you're down 2 guys in the secondary. And now put the picture up, Reed.
It's like the defensive equivalent of taking the ball out of your best player.
That's it. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is the completion. There's fucking 5 of these fucking guys standing around the completion. So you get to, the problem is not more DBs.
Right.
The problem is that Bo Nix is not feeling any kind of pressure, and I understand, but the game's over as soon as that happens. So there were just so many wild moments in this game. And lastly, Jackson Dart, who is the future for the Giants. I do see a lot of good things about the guy. The funny narrative to me today is Jackson Dart led him on a game-winning drive, which he did. But you know what that game-winning drive consisted of? 2 absolute bouquets, bro. Hufanga wanted to catch the bouquet so bad he killed Jones. and it like they could be 4 or 5 guys could have had picks on that. And then the PI is totally questionable. And it's the right thing to do. You take a shot at the pylon. At that point, the worst thing that could have happened to the Giants was scoring the first play.
Yeah.
That, to me, that's the worst thing that could happen.
It's almost like they wish they wished his knee had been down.
Yes.
And short of the goal line.
Yes.
And-
Because the way that game's going, Bo Nix is going to go get the ball down the field and they're going to kick a field goal. You just know. It's a Big 12 game.
Yes. And like shout out Riley Moss because he gets picked. He's like the most targeted DB in the league for two reasons. You know, paint job has a little bit to do, and then also he's opposite PS2.
Yeah.
And he gets, it seems like, I don't want to make a referee thing, but it seems like he does get the lack of benefit of the call. If there's like a little bit, you know, an incompletion, but a little bit of touching, he gets that PI call against
We
him.
see bad calls all week. It's been one of the biggest themes of discussion last week is like, and I text Nate all the time. Like I text him on like Thursday night and I'm saying like, imagine you would think the Chiefs are playing tonight or like, you know, yesterday there's a bunch of bad calls all over the league. And, you know, I'm not saying that they're targeting Moss or that they want the Giants to win. I'm not being it just wasn't a great call.
Yeah. And like we have to shout him out because he like it looks like he's about to have contact and push him down and actually get a DPI call, but he stops and he gets his head around. It's wonderful, absolute wonderful play on a shot like that. And you're right, those two, like Hufanga took out Brandon Jones, that should have been a pick. And then there was PS2 and two other guys who almost had that pick on the sideline. That PS2 played it perfectly. He sagged off, knew where the ball was going, and we should have had that. But I mean, man, you want to talk about Bo Nix? He said it in the video, fucking Bo leave, brother. The last like 5 games, what do you want in a quarterback? You want a quarterback who can take you down the field at the end of the game if you're in that situation and kick a field goal to win or score a touchdown when you need it, you know, and he's done that
It's like a baby. He's got a little baby Baker Mayfield thing going on. Baker Mayfield's been engineering these drives at the end of games, and he's an MVP candidate. Bo Nix is far from perfect, but he is, and Sean Payton, they are making it count in these moments. The problem is they keep putting themselves in this position, including when you get the ball back, you're immediately 3rd and 11. This is on the second to last possession. They got to 3rd and 11 so fucking fast, and then they bailed themselves out on the Mims throw, which was great. And I also thought it was smart, was like, it's 3rd down, it's like 2:08 to go. Sean Payton is like, we are taking a shot right now. We're gonna run 2 plays in 8 seconds because if we have to punt, and maybe if it was 2:12 or something, they would have been able to execute this but like they're thinking about the 2-minute warning, and they take the shot, they hit Mims, and then the other really impressive one was the operation on the Cortland Sutton out at the end of the game to be able to land in bounds, have the wherewithal. It should take about 10 seconds to get a spike off. They do. They kick the field goal. It's just bang, bang, how quick it happened. And Evan Ingram was big for them. In a garbage time situation where coverage is going to be back, you need a guy that can take dump downs and turn them into big gains, and that's what he did.
Well, what happened in the Eagles game? We went to Evan Ingram late. We started rolling. What happened in the Jets game? We went to Evan Ingram late. We started rolling. What happened in this damn game? We went to Evan Ingram in the 4th quarter. We scored 33 damn points. So, you know, I'm trying to be a little more tapered because I'm going to combust if I see another wide receiver screen for 0 yards.
What do you think is a combination? He's gonna come in.
Double pause.
But as if you're a Giants fan out there, you got one hell of a quarterback that scared me, you know, halfway around my britches.
No, the future is bright.
And that D-line, you get. How about this?
I mean, completed 40% of his passes.
I know. I know. I know.
But I mean,
but he looks like a pro quarterback.
He looks like
he's also playing a team.
The narrative of like, man, like you come out of that feeling good.
No, and that's what I'm saying about the last drive. But to Reed's point, that team went to London last week. I know it's the Jets, but they had negative passing yards, and you go to Denver. And I thought they could have got curb stomped here. Like the way that the talking back and forth was going before the game, they're honoring DT. It's like the emotions of that building are high.
Totally.
And like just to be able to run the offense and score some points and put yourself in a position to blow that lead.
Yeah. For sure.
It's admirable.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be all good.
No, for sure.
Yeah. It's exciting. Yeah. Very exciting.
Oh, he's pouring cold water on your G, man.
And hopefully Bo Nix stays on Sean Payton's good side because you can obviously he holds grudges.
Sean Payton better stay on Bo Nix's good side
because of Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he holds grudges like a bitter ex-girlfriend. He didn't have to bring up Russ or anything to do with Russ.
He didn't say Russ
in the post.
All he said was Jackson Dart. He said, "I hope you don't play Jackson Dart till after us."
You know, I remember when Sean Payton was the worst guy in the world for moving on from Russell Wilson, like jail.
No, it was just the way he was doing it. You can move on from a player, but it's just the way he was doing it public.
No, I understand. Making
it known, like, I don't like this guy.
I understand.
I don't want him as my quarterback.
I understand, but baked into the analysis was that he was also wrong.
Who?
That Russell Wilson was not the problem with the team.
Oh,
I heard that a little bit, not from you.
Oh no,
I just heard that from some.
But last thing, if you're a Giants fan, you were talking about Brian Daboll, like this is maybe how you lose your job. Let me throw a little idea out there. You got a defensive coordinator who's balling his booty off out in San Francisco. Maybe another little head coaching job in New York.
Oh, that's
he gets
interesting.
A little redemption.
I was wondering about that.
No,
Mike McDaniel, OC.
That's what I was saying. They're
Saleh,
homies.
DC.
Saleh head coach, Mike McDaniel.
Saleh got to bring that beautiful ball head down to Miami. Go down there, get that team. Take it over.
Oh yeah, they do want an authoritarian. Dude.
Exactly.
You're gonna have people down there like, this is what we voted for.
Exactly.
Yeah, they had that. How did that go? A little too hard on those boys, Max.
They're gonna be getting like paddled in the locker room like a frat house. This is what we voted for,
bro. They need it. They want
it. No, but honestly, I mean, Miami, they can't decide what they want. No. All right, so Giants allowing 9 unblocked pressures. That's just not good. And the run pass, easy to figure out based off formation. So, like, I don't think Dayball's without blame in this game.
Correct. I will say the 2 tackles, Andrew Thomas and Jermaine Illuminor.
Yeah.
They played phenomenally with all that
Thomas
shit talking.
Unbelievable this year.
They stepped up. Benito no sacks. Cooper had a sack and a half on cleanup.
Yeah.
But they played phenomenally.
I'm happy for that dude, man, because he started his career and they were just talking down on the kid, and the kid is now a really good offensive tackle in the NFL. Speaking of really good offensive lines, let's move on to the Colts thumping the Bolts. And there's a lot of people in the chat pointing out that the 2023 Broncos defense was terrible. And that's why it wasn't on Russell Wilson. But just catch me up. How's Russ been since?
That's hate.
It's not hate. I'm being told that I'm wrong. I'm just – where's he starting right now?
Hey, think about the end of Russell Wilson's career, man. The last pass he threw was just straight into the dirt on Thursday Night Football and jogged off to boo.
There's literally an AI video of a coach saying that – the freak's trying to ruin the game.
Freak's trying to ruin the game. The freak's trying to ruin the game. I think Russ was a fucking awesome player. I just don't think. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't need to do the whole, what they were talking
thing.
on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
We don't need to do that because he certainly was.
Everything. Yeah, fuck. He used to pull a rabbit out of the hat twice a year against us. It was it's terrible. All right, Colts offense, absolute wagon. You got 4 50-yard plays in the game. Handled the blitz as the game went on. Scored on 4 or 5 red zone trips. Full deck in the run game. All-world running back. Tight end this matchup problem for anybody. Draws coverage away from the underneath stuff. They got an offensive line playing at a high level, and they build cozy pockets with all kinds of play-action pass. They use pre-snap motion. They stress your edges. They got a quarterback they're confident enough to take a shot on 3rd and 17 with. And that was the one thing, Bo, coming out of the game where I'm like, I know they're winning in every way, but like, how about 3rd and 17 being like, could you ever see the Giants with Danny Dimes being like, hey, 3rd and 17, we're going to take a shot even with this lead, we're not going to lay up.
Yeah,
and
we're confident we can hit any fucking ball. Yeah, dude, they're the best. Tyler Warren is a guy who's impressed me so much. What are his odds for Rookie of the Year right now? We know he's got to be like way up there, right?
I don't know.
Let's see.
We have that.
Let me guess. Plus 800.
Pull up your bet.
Plus
He's
600.
got to be. I mean, he looks like just like this is a very easy comparison to make because he's a crazy looking tight end, but like he looks like fucking young George Kittle out there, man. He's a smooth athlete. I feel like he didn't test that well at the combine. It's like watching him move in space, especially with these yaks. Dude, he's a fucking dog. I mean, they're about as complete of a team as you can have offensively. And if you were to tell me right now, like after week 7, that the Colts would be, first of all, Dr. Facts, bar none, the best team in the AFC South. But secondly, the cream of the crop in the NFL right now, I would have been like, you are smoking some funny American Spirit yellows. But it's true, man. They look incredible. Like they really look like probably the most complete team in the NFL right now. And then also, while I have my soapbox here, I think their defense is a little bit slept on. Grover Stewart had a pick, which really just gets me fully torqued. I think he is very underrated as far as interior defenders go, so I want to give him some love.
He was great. Buckner had like 10 pressures. You know, the edge guys are good, not great, but good. And we talked about last night, like there are people that have tied them to a deal for a defensive end. I think you make the corner move first and foremost if you're going to make a move. But I also think they could use a little bit of pass rush, maybe like we talked about Jalen Phillips or something, like not take a big swing on somebody, but see if Miami would bite on like a 4 or a 5 for Jalen Phillips or something like that. And I know that some people think he might get a 3 or something. We were talking about this last night, but he's got a big injury history. So I just, the point is the Colts window is open, and that's crazy to say. 2026, after that season, a lot of guys are up for them. And so you have to look at this as like, if you're Shane Steichen,
now or never.
If you're fucking Ballard, like, just do it. Whatever you have to do, just do it, because nobody's going to remember. If you win a bowl, nobody's going to remember in 4 years. Nobody's going to be like, damn, our safety depth is shit because we went for it. And you might not be there to see it. You know, so like in my opinion, you need to go whatever you, because this is a very close to a totally complete team. And they were nails in money down situations all day. If you were watching this game, like, and I was wrong. I bet the Chargers. I thought the Chargers would be able to keep pace. More than anything, I thought, I don't know what I thought. This is when I was asleep at the wheel. But it was a situation where the Chargers got down, and it felt like they were under significant stress offensively. And you know the shape of their offense right now, to where like they had to press. And, you know, that's what the Colts offense can do to you. And in these money down situations, like the second drive of the game, they got 3 4th downs. And they throw so much at you down the red zone. The only answer for that play is guys not getting nosy and the edge defender knocking off Pittman, who's screaming across his face, to the flat. Like, to beat the Colts on defense, you have to do your job and then some, without getting out of doing your job. They're one of those teams that make you do a little bit more at every level of defense. And I didn't think Derwin James had his best game. I thought he got nosy. They were locking him on Warren some. And, you know, sometimes they'll run Warren down the field, and there's just the vacated space underneath. You know, he's drawing eyes. You got Jonathan Taylor on dump down. He looks like an elite running back again. I mean, I don't know if he ever didn't. But they look great. And so I don't know how much glazing Colts fans need. You guys don't feel like a sensitive bunch, which is fucking awesome. I love you guys. Unlike some other fan bases. But they just continue to break your back in the biggest situations. And, you know, you had a chance for a 2-for-1 before the half. The Chargers did, and it winds up being a 10-point swing off a very uncharacteristic Herbert INT. I know he just threw one into Grover Stewart's face, but that was kind of a freak show deal. You know, and then the worst part is they felt like they could still tie the game at some point. They had to make a stop. You come out of the half, you give up a big fucking kick return, and then you give up on the next possession, and these are both touchdown answers for the Colts. A Tyler Warren explosive into plus territory. So it's just like, it was the classic game, and we've all watched a bunch of them where you're like, this team could come back. But every time they got close, the Colts just slammed the door, whether it was getting 3 before the half, or whether it's taking that shot on 3rd and 17, or whether it's the red zone stuff. Herbert is out there playing with a Make-A-Wish team. I've said this before. It feels like people got granted access to an NFL field. And I'm not taking anything away from, like, There's just some offensive linemen who aren't supposed to be in the game right now. When you hear the fifth tackle, and the announcers casually being like, the fifth tackle enters the game, or
like as if that's a thing.
Like I didn't even know that was a fucking thing. I didn't know you had 5, and then you have 6
not
tackle.
on the active roster.
Like, dude, it's nuts to me. And Vidal, who had a nice week last week, but I told you it's the Dolphins. The Colts did a good job in the run game, and the game script never allowed them to get going on the ground. So I'll just say this: there are going to be some people who are going to say Herbert's trash, yada yada yada. I saw some of it on the internet yesterday. They're fucking intellectually dishonest people. He is not working with a full deck. He got hit 15 times in this game. He was getting hit every play. And so I just don't want to hear it. We can break down the Chargers without putting it all on the quarterback. And you can call it protection or, caping for a guy. So be it. I call it me knowing ball and watching the game. He's just under duress. And I think the Chargers organizationally drew it up nicely, but all these injuries just make it really hard for me to imagine. And I said this coming in the year, Jesse Minter's defense, very good last year, but played above their talent.
Yep.
And, with an injury or two or, playing all that zone behind a pass rush is just not really there. I'm just not that impressed. So, you can call it going back and forth, waffling on the Chargers, so be it. I'm not going to stick to my guns on this thing. I have to waffle. It's just I don't see it right now. Could they get Joe Alt back and be a lot better? Absolutely. But the defense doesn't look like when they get in these games against Kansas City or against Indy or against Buffalo, it's going to look like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and just to add to that,
you just get the sense that they can't even run what they want to do offensively. And you hit this, Chris, but anytime you have Justin Herbert throwing the ball 55 times in a game with that offensive structure, what they wanted to do offensively is not at all. What is it, Greg Roman? His offense is a pro-style offense. It's not the Bengals. They're not built to throw the ball 55 times. They're trying to get the run game going with 21, 12, 13 personnel, play old school NFL shit. And then you got Justin Herbert throwing the ball 55 times behind a fifth-string offensive lineman. It's just not what they're built to do. Not at all. And so you feel like you can't even really get a sense for this team until they get healthy. And I think, like you said, it's not an indictment on Justin Herbert at all. This is just the state of their team right now because of injuries.
I just don't understand. And you see the cross-section of society in the chat here, which is, Herbert looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. You must know more than Tom Brady because he called him possibly the best in the game a couple weeks ago. You must. I mean, you're all fucking experts. Either that or you really like Madison Beer or whoever that is.
What does that even mean?
And you've never had sex or you're jealous of the guy or you're broke or you're jealous of the guy. But, the dude is a really good quarterback. To talk in extremes about the kid like he's just trash is just intellectually dishonest. It is. And you can get mad at me. You can call him names. But he threw for 400-something yards. The defense couldn't stop anything yesterday. There were moments of this game where I didn't see. Did we see the punter for Indy?
I don't know.
They're down to their 6th offensive tackle.
Not that I recall.
But sure, let's ignore context because that always goes well.
Rigoberto Sanchez? What's this punter's name again? He's barely working this year, man.
Punted twice.
Here's the deal. If you think Herbert's a bad quarterback, I want you on a sex offender list. I don't want you within 200 yards of a school. I don't want you near my house. I'm going to start asking DoorDash drivers if they think Herbert is a good quarterback. Because if you don't, you might breathe through your mouth. And it's scary to me that you operate motor vehicles.
If they don't, you just have to throw out the food. You can't trust him.
You can call him a lot of things, but a shitty quarterback. Come on. Yeah. Daniel Jones, by the way, is evidence of why context matters. Mm-hmm. He's right on the other fucking sideline, dude.
He's been called a shitty quarterback
for his whole life and never in his wildest dreams looked like fucking Justin Herbert in New York. And Justin Herbert's dealing with what he's dealing with now, and look at what Daniel Jones has on the other side of the field, and it's unlocking his potential. There are only a couple guys on the planet who have more physical tools than this kid. And by the way, to the Tarzan Jane thing, he's a lot tougher than you, who does not play a contact sport. He got hit 15 fucking times yesterday.
He's on pace to beat the sacked record by like 14 or 15 in a season.
He's
going to be.
It's not malpractice because they didn't intend on it being this way. They had two of the best tackles in the league. They were going to set like the Eagles, where he had a lot more time. It's just not going to work out if this is what it's going to look like. But the Colts, on the other hand, are a fucking wagon, dude.
It's kind of a realization for me, being a Jags fan, that we are fighting for the wild card because it's obvious the AFC probably runs through Indy.
Through Indy, you think they're going to get home field? I mean, I'm not. Let's look at their schedule. Can we put their schedule?
We'll find out for sure on November 23rd. They go into Arrowhead.
Yeah, that's when they play the Chiefs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but at that point, I mean, they're still going to have what do they got? One loss. They got the best record in the NFL. The Chiefs got to be perfect to catch them. I mean, like, depending on what this schedule looks like and how they play. They're not a fluke. We said that coming in the game for the record.
As long as JT don't drop the ball before they score, they're looking good. Because he looks amazing.
As long as he doesn't do that again.
Which I don't think.
Bro, he hasn't done that this year, all right?
Hopefully not.
So they have next opponent is Tennessee. Then they go at Pittsburgh, home against the Falcons. Then they have their bye. Then it's the Chiefs, Texans, at Jags, at Seahawks. Niners, Jags, Texans.
There's always an excuse with Herbert. What's your excuse, Jamin? Why aren't you great? Why haven't you done anything great? You know what I'm saying? Like, the excuse is like, it's not an excuse. Watch the game, brother. And I want that interception back in there. That wasn't Herbo standard. Cross had leverage.
9-1 into the bye.
Sitting
pretty.
They're fucking good, dude. They're fucking good.
And the questions around them going into this game was, they blew out the bad teams, but are they equal to these good teams? And I know, the Chargers, can you put them up there with those good teams? But they did what they did. They did what they have done against every other team, against yet another AFC contender.
Okay, Tennessee win. Pittsburgh, they couldn't stop up in the air. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe. There's spots like that. There's going to be a spot where I'm not waiting on their downfall. What I'm waiting on is one game where they don't look like themselves. And if Colts. Yeah. And if that doesn't
Pittsburgh
come,
can do that.
I think part of the reason.
I think Atlanta could be trouble.
Possibly.
I think Atlanta could be trouble the way that they supposedly run the ball.
Against 4 down is tough. Yeah.
I think the main reason you circle Case, obviously the way KC's playing, but the corners are going to be tested in that game.
And that's it.
I don't know if you have Ward back at that point. He's on IR right now, but Jonathan Edwards, Mekhi Blackman, we'll see.
I can't confidently say they're the best team in the AFC, but they've earned the best record in the AFC.
For sure.
And Colts fans, I hope you hear what I'm saying here. Like, I think you got a shot against anybody. In a Kansas City Indy game, how do you stop KC?
Mm-hmm.
That defense yesterday was piss poor. Hey, by the way, we'll talk about that in a little bit. It is time. And Zaire Franklin made a huge play on 3rd and 22 down the seam.
Was that McConkey he was on, or who was he playing defense on?
It was McConkey.
It was McConkey. Yeah. He got the little seatbelt strap celebration.
That was really impressive,
really
man.
was.
That was really impressive. And this is how bad the fucking Chargers are. They line up for 4th and 22, and they have a delay a game. I mean, it's just terrible.
Unreal.
Okay, time to take off. Flyovers. And this shouldn't be a flyover. We just kind of ran out of time. There are just so many not so many good games yesterday, but like we weren't keying on this game being a great game, and it turned out to be a really good game. All right, like there's going to be people that are going to ask, like, what's wrong with the Packers offense? I can't really speak to that because I mainly watch the defense, but they scored 27 points on a very good defense, in my opinion, with a good secondary, the whole thing. They win a game in crunch time. I'll talk about Micah Parsons here for a second because this was the game. Like, for everybody that for the better part of the season was like, well, he hasn't done anything, and Justin Herbert's terrible, and so is Micah Parsons. Because Micah Parsons doesn't have a bunch of sacks. Watch the fucking game, dude. He affects the game in so many ways. And yesterday, he took 8 points off the board in the red zone with sacks. And one of them, there we go. We got to send him that hat. I'm sure he'll be jazzed about that. One of them followed a 2nd and 10 pressure that he created. And then Petzing has him out there in 5 wide, spread out, no chip help on Jonah Jackson. And, like, that poor soul, the fact that Micah Parsons parked his motor vehicle in front of him for much of the game is no surprise to me. But the fact that they didn't help, we were talking about that earlier. It's like,
I sent a Cowboy Rita screen grab of after it might have been the player described, and he got a sack, and Jonah was like looking to the sideline like this. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, palms up to the sideline.
Dog.
And then he goes, like, hands over his head.
Look at him. He's just defeated. It's like,
Yeah.
man, like, I can't believe this.
I don't blame the
organization-
guy. I mean, it's like, you got to chip this dude.
Know thyself. He knows himself.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows who that is and who the other guy is. And you know, you end up with the hat trick on the final possession that really takes him out of being able to really get down there and take a couple true shots at the end zone, not Hail Mary type shots. The game ends on a Hail Mary, but that's a win. That win, like, he's probably the most important guy on the field. I mean, you know, like, defensively, he took 8 points off the board in the red zone, and you know, he was out there dogging people. Quay Walker was destroying backs all day. He had a great day adding.
Murdered, yeah.
Ooh.
Michael Carter, he came to the A gap and just fucking blasted him. That was a sweet play.
Somebody, this is an interesting one, Bo. Somebody in the chat just said Kyler Murray is the new Kyler Murray is going to be a Jet soon.
Oh, interesting.
You know what's funny is,
Didn't
like,
think about that.
this year, look at next year's quarterback class. We've talked about this. Not very deep. Not as deep as in the immediate past. The teams might get horny for a vet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I would make a move for Kyler Murray, but I do think Jacoby Brissett, watching the balls he threw down the field last night,
Yeah.
it should be his team. Give him the keys.
Should he?
Better chance to win with
I
him,
agree.
you think? Rest
Yes.
of the year?
Yes,
should see the new
I watched
facility.
this game pretty
Yeah.
intently. Yeah. I mean, dude, I think the Cardinals came out. I'd have to look exactly, but they had like a 15-play drive in their very first drive in quarter one. And we said the same thing last week, Nolan, but it's like it just seems so much calmer, more efficient, more poised, and the ball is getting distributed so much more evenly. If I'm Trey McBride, I am going up to the front office or whomever, being like, please play Jacoby Brissett, because he is feeding him the ball. I mean, you kind of opened this segment, Chris, by asking like something along the lines of like, what are the Packers' issues? This was actually a much better game than I think people anticipated. And like, you look at the Cardinals' record. Okay, they're 2-5, but they've kind of entered a pretty tough stretch of their schedule. Like, they lost to the Colts last week on a pretty decent game. They lost to the Packers 27-23 yesterday in a game that they very easily could have won had it not been for literally Micah Parsons, one forced fumble from, I think it was Rashawn Gary, and then a 4th and 2 big ball sack, go ahead to win the game by LaFleur and the Packers. Like, the Cardinals are actually playing good football in the last couple weeks, and I think it's chiefly because of Jacoby Brissett. Like, I'm not a Kyler hater by any means. I don't like love his game. I just think that the Cardinals offense operates so much more smoothly and so much more on schedule with Jacoby Brissett. So it's really hard when you pay a guy like Kyler Murray and he's, a flashy young player with swag and attitude, and he's a great athlete and things like that. It's hard to make the decision to, sit him down for somebody like Jacoby Brissett. But I wouldn't be surprised if Kyler's injury lingers a little longer than a lot of people expect.
Yeah. No, yeah, and just to piggyback off that, Bo, that we talked last week about the efficiency, the entire offense, the floor being raised on the offensive operation. They've carried that 40% offensive success rate. That's a really good benchmark. I mean, you look at across last season, only 3 offenses operated at 40% success rate or above: Detroit, Baltimore, Tampa, just to give you an idea of how efficient they've been these last 2 weeks. And I agree. I think it's like Chris joked about earlier in the show, that staying with the lukewarm hand. I think if I'm the head coach, this is a no-brainer, but this is where the business kind of gets in the way of, like, when you're paying a guy $46 million.
What's Bidwell think?
It's not the head coach's decision.
No,
it's a whole. I mean,
Well,
if you sit
let's
him
back
down,
up with some numbers though.
yeah,
Liz.
100%. Listen,
Kyler Murray,
I'm not
192
arguing
yards per game, 0.9 TDs, half an interception. Jacoby Brissett, 300 yards, 7.5 yards per average, 2 TDs. versus Kyler's, 0.9. But like you can see it all. They just
I
look
think we're
better.
all in agreement. Yeah, like Brissett is absolutely, the offense is absolutely playing better. It's just this is those situations where it gets hairy in NFL buildings where it's like now ownership gets involved, the GM gets involved.
Right.
We're pot committed here.
And it should not be that way. It should be
No, it
about
shouldn't.
which player is going to put your team in the best position to win. And now they've gone, 0-3 or 0-2 with Jacoby Brissett, but they've actually been competitive. It's just been one or two things. Now, I'd like to see the defense for the Cardinals make, just if they make one explosive play, they likely win this game. But like I'm looking at the stats for this. The Cardinals had 23 first downs versus the Packers 19. They had 330 yards of total offense versus the Packers 262. And you're kind of just like, they scored 23 points. You ask yourself, just looking at stats alone, how did the Cardinals lose this game? And truly what it boils down to is Micah Parsons and the Green Bay Packers rush. The Packers had 6 sacks for 43 yards, and then they had that forced fumble from Gary. And that is literally defining. Without that, like if the Packers only have 3 sacks or whatever it is, I truly think the Cardinals win this game. It's pretty.
And by the way, on Rashawn Gary's sack, go back and watch a freeze frame of Parsons eating just 2, which takes the left side of the line away from Gary, who loops back underneath and is able to make a clean hit on Brissett. So, I think the Parsons thing speaks for itself at this point. I'm not saying just on the strength of a 3-sack game. They made the move. It's changed things for them. And I think that the focal point's got to be, hey, the corners have got to play their best, and the offense has to just be like the Packers to me. And I'm a big fan of LaFleur, but they seem to miss on the details sometimes. We were talking about this last night. They just sometimes can be a little bit sporadic. They need to be more consistent. And they are a young team. Like last year I think they were one of the youngest offenses in the league.
Yeah.
And so like they're growing up together. They're not going to look like the fucking Patriots every week. But the thing you got to remember is great teams win some close games, and it's okay. You just have to win the damn games. You can't end up tying Dallas.
They've got they've got a tough run of it coming up. Dallas, then at Seattle, 49ers, Jaguars, and then at Tampa Bay in Week 13.
This is the Cardinals.
Yeah,
this is the Cardinals.
Cardinals. Yep.
Yeah. It is. I don't know if Gannon comes out the other side with his job or what, but like I don't think he's the problem there. It's unfortunate that he's got to look at the way Shane Steichen looks like with having a quarterback that he's like. And I know Gannon's a defensive coach, but I think they do some good things defensively, and I don't think this is a cultural issue on their team.
Could this be another landing spot for I'm not calling for a coach to be fired or an OC, but a landing spot for McDaniel? If they want to, hey, let's.
I bet Josh wants to stay in New England. I bet Josh wants to. I think if I had to imagine what Josh thinks.
Mike McDaniel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was thinking Josh McDaniel.
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel, sure, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if anybody with the way the Dolphins have looked down the stretch is looking at him like a culture guy. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. Is like if he's going to be a head coach again, I think he's got to go somewhere, bide his time, and try it again. Mm-hmm. Maybe without the gold frame glasses in a hurricane.
No capris.
Little things like that optically are just a little weird. But let's go to Dallas.
We them boys,
bro.
We them boys.
Dallas needs to make a move on defense.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
You got Green Bay's picks.
And just imagine if they had Micah. Imagine if they had Micah this year with this offense. Like we would be so annoyed with having to hear Cowboys fans because they will have every right to be excited and happy because right now their offense is fucking scary.
Well, Overshown, who's gonna be back here.
Yeah, he's practicing.
Yeah. Your linebacking core gets a lot better. He's a fucking stud.
Yep. Still add one. Mario Davis, maybe.
Yeah. Rescue him from New Orleans.
Yeah. Hendrickson, maybe a pass rusher.
How about this one? Jerry Jones. You want to make the news one more time?
Go get who?
Go get Myles Garrett.
Oh,
I don't know if it's. Can they though? Do they have money for that?
I don't know if they have the cap move.
Jerry,
they have a good amount of space.
He got money.
So that to me is like this offense is, and we've compared it to the Bengals from last year a couple times, but like Dak Prescott's playing incredible. They have wide receivers that can get vertical like right now, and they're also great at the catch point. You know, like George Pickens is as good as anybody with the late hands. It was like elder abuse yesterday on a couple of the balls at Lattimore. Is like, bro, like, and then you end up with CD can do all the dirty work underneath, break tackles. Like he can catch the ball down the field. They have quick guys. They've got a good run game. They have an extremely balanced offense. Like Shoddy's doing a great job. They are a defense away from being kind of a scary team to deal with. And they have more flexibility to do that than the Bengals, say, last year. Mm-hmm. Like where like you have this haul of picks that you just got. Like nothing wrong with parlaying one of them into a very good player. Otherwise, you're going to be picking at the bottom of the first round, and like good luck. That's not always a winning formula.
Well, and also, you know, coming into the season, the reason we bring up the possibility of the Cowboys being buyers at the deadline, they couldn't have anticipated being this good offensively. I mean, this one, like you talk about right now, EPA per play, the three best offenses in the league are Indy, Dallas, and KC.
That's nuts.
I mean, they're truly an elite offense right now. They couldn't have expected that. And I also think there's always the element of, you know, for Jerry Jones, it's like, you know, I don't know how to say this the best way, but this could be the best offense they have in the near future.
Yes. Yeah, the time is now.
Right.
The time is now. And the only thing I would say is, like, I think they knew how good they'd be outside. I didn't think that people had a respect for how they'd run the ball.
Right.
And so, you know, the completeness of this offense is scary. And if you had, you know, they went out and got Clowney. And, you know, 41, the young guy is playing better. As a Raku. He's playing better.
James Houston.
Houston, you know, they got a bunch of good role players, but, like, you need that ace.
Yep.
And we talked about backer play has been a problem for them. So, Commanders, man, like, this is a team that's in trouble. In deep trouble.
Trouble. Because Mariota is good, and he can hold the fort a little bit, but they were looking a little shaky as of late with Jaden also. But I just feel like they have – yeah, I don't know what they need to do. Like, I feel like they're coached up well. They're in the right spots.
Well, for one, they can't keep pace with Dallas with the two main guys down.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like, that's just –
there's not a lot of teams that's going to, like, offensive-wise, going to be able to keep up with Dallas, like, points-wise. Their offense is really good.
But with McLaurin and Debo down, it's like you got to – and I think at one point McCaffrey, and I had basically zoned the game out by now, but McCaffrey landed on his fucking head, and, like, I'm chasing the team total, which almost hit. And you know, you're like, who is he throwing the ball to? And then Jaden gets hurt. Which is a big deal.
Shout out to Robbie Chosen. Haven't seen him in a long time. He stepped up off the practice squad, wide receiver, has been in the league for a while. Mm-hmm. He even made a catch, one catch that the way he fell, I was like, is he gonna have to lead the game? But they're catching the injury bug at the wrong time. And yeah, it's part of football. We can't feel bad for them. Like after we just talked about the 49ers and how many injuries they have in integral parts of their team. So it's just one of those things where, hey, you got to build your team in a way that it works no matter what, and they're going to be tested.
I'm not saying Dorrance Armstrong's out for the year now, so I'm not saying they got to pack it in and think about next year. But like, if Jaden Daniels' hamstring is a month thing or whatever, you hear he's getting an MRI, he's re-aggravated it, whatever.
It out.
Like, it might be a thing where it's like, okay, maybe we escaped the fucking the building phase of this thing last year because the quarterback played so fucking well.
Yeah. But now we got.
But this year now it's like. It's just not adding up, and it's early. But if he's hurt,
do you think this is the GM's like in season your biggest challenge is if like you're
deciding like are we buyers or are we sellers or like what?
Like a main guy gets hurt on your team and now like you said like you're thinking about it at the trade deadline like are we spending money, are we going to wait it out, or what are we going to do?
For one, I think their defense has to improve. I think the safety play, some of the secondary play this year has been really bad. We knew it coming into the season. They manufacture some pressure at different points this year, but like they're not like an elite pass rush unit. You know, Bobby Wagner's still playing well, but like he's older. You can see it. Mm-hmm. Luvu's a stud, but it's just like they have work to do. They have work to do on this roster, and it's not quite there yet. And if the quarterback's not playing otherworldly and you don't have your guys up, it just kind of looks like that. Now, the thing that's impressive is they can dog walk the fucking Raiders, who can't. They can dog walk certain teams because of the way they run the football in the high floor and the scheme offensively, but they just don't look that impressive to me right now. So let's get to the New England Patriots, your Super Bowl team in the AFC, who just keeps stacking.
Drake.
How do you look, brother? How do you look?
Oh, man, it feels good that I was the only one in the green light to pick the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl. And right about now, it's feeling good. Yeah, we lost the first 2 games, trolled everyone, had everyone thinking, oh, Drake May, he's trash. The Patriots are trash. And now he's breaking Tom Brady's records already. He's a young guy doing his thing. Hey, look up passes over 10 yards in the league right now. Guess what? Drake May's at the top of that list. Check it out, guys.
Check it out, guys.
Hey, Drake May is here. He's here to stay.
With a bunch of cross-country guys outside.
Hey, man, and he's playing absolutely amazing. It feels good to I mean, not everyone thought he was good. For whatever reason, I just thought that when everyone was talking about quarterbacks last year, he looked like a guy. I feel like how you feel about Bryce Young is how I feel about Drake May.
Oh, I don't put that on me. I love Bryce Young, but Drake May's off to an incredible start.
I'm just saying.
Don't do that. For the people in the chat, I have never compared Bryce Young to Drake May. Drake May looks like a fucking...
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that your love and your respect for Bryce Young,
Yeah.
like that's how I'm going to be with Drake May.
You bought him low.
Even if he falls off the bandwagon. I mean, we do. Hey, in the sports cards world, that's what you do. You buy guys you like early, hoping that they do well. Because now, if you had a Drake May rookie card, it wasn't worth that much last year. But now the stock on that card is going up every single week, and he just looks great. And I just think that him and Vrabel and the identity of that team and the way they look right now, in particular, it just feels like a team that every week they're gonna keep getting better. And I'm excited to see that.
Well, I mean, like he's kind of like a Pikachu illustrator, or a shadowless Holo Charizard.
Actually, if you're being funny, he really might be. He really might be, because if he keeps this up and he turns into Tom Brady 2.0, like in the sense of if he does that for the Patriots and taking them and winning and going to AFC championships and doing that whole thing over again.
I'm just telling you, though, what they're going to do to him. If he doesn't win a Super Bowl in his first 5 years, they're going to treat him like Herbert.
Like Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Or Josh Allen.
I mean, it's the new age. It's the new age. I think it's the same way as just us as humans. Every year, our what is it called? Our attention span
Or devolving.
Yeah, our attention span goes down. Everything like that.
It's the de-evolution of
It's going to be the same
humankind.
thing for quarterbacks and winning. Like, you could be great, but like, do you have a ring yet? If you don't have a ring.
Well, that's such an easy entry point for the fan that doesn't watch. You know, like when I see somebody in here, somebody earlier said, "Where's Herbert's ring?" I said, "Dude, first takes on that channel." Like in my head, I didn't want to derail the breakdown, but it's like, just turn on ESPN, man. Like, this is a podcast. We watch the games. I think Drake May's he's got special qualities, and again, that's why, like, when he earlier was asking about McDaniel. And I'm thinking about Josh McDaniels. I'm like, he would never leave because of what's happened to him as a head coach. And I think he sees some of the things that you see in Drake May and the similarities in Brady. And I'm not saying they're the same player, but like that he can do the things in their offense that Brady could. And, you know, to compare him like to Brady this early is a little bit rich. I know I just said like Josh might be like, but I'm just telling you, like, when Brady started for the Patriots at the turn of the century, they were a fucking complimentary football team. Like, they played defense, they ran the ball, and it took a little bit for Brady to get going to where he was the guy he was later in his tenure. So I'm with you, though. I'm with you. He's a fucking stud, dude.
Looking for the D bombs for a long time.
D bombs.
Yeah.
Pause.
Drake.
Looking forward to that.
D bombs to booty.
Every weekend, huh?
Wow.
D bombs to booty every weekend. Get ready.
You know what? Like, honestly, if people were doing the MVP thing according to most valuable to their team, it could be Drake May.
Absolutely.
And I know that's not what the award is. Like you're going to be hard pressed to give it to him over like a Patrick Mahomes if they go like 12-5 and you know the 2 seed or something, and he keeps this tear up, or Baker Mayfield or something. But like, this fucking guy is really valuable to his team.
Bro, he had,
because
like, 14
coming into the
straight
season,
completions at one point going on in
but the
game.
deck around him. Now, they did a really good job of solidifying that offensive line through free agency, through the draft. There's a culture infusion. Diggs has been very good for them.
Yeah.
The other receivers are growing up a little bit. He likes Hunter Henry, like all that shit. But like it's a surprise. Even as good as we thought he was when he came to visit us at the Super Bowl, and we're like, oh, we love this guy. Like, he's going to be really good right away. We just didn't think he'd be able to carry the team this way. So, or maybe you did. That's why you put him in the Super Bowl.
It's just one of those things. I just feel like that's an organization where if you paid attention to them in the past, like, I just feel like Vrabel getting there, as long as they got players in the building, they were going to be contenders.
Yep.
Because I don't think Vrabel is going to coach a team that isn't going to be contenders in the sense of they're going to go out there and play hard. They're going to be put in the best position to make plays. And I think he's a coach that does that very, very well with whatever he has. But they got guys in that building right now, and I think they're kind of showing it. Like, hey, we're here to make noise, and we're thinking about we're past just wild card and whatever. We want to win a division, and we're thinking about bigger.
We should also make sure to give some love, and I know we already had, to Josh McDaniels, who made Mac Jones work. And then Mac Jones was trash, and now he's good again because he's with a good coordinator. So, you know, like, it just, at least he's got that going for him, and you know, we'll see how far they can go. They might want to be buyers. We talk about like teams that want to be buyers. They definitely are. The Jags fell off the grill. Speaking of teams that need
They fell off the grill. Oh shit!
No, they didn't fall off
back.
the grill. They're trying to climb off the grill.
The Patriots.
Had a nice. I want Hooper, bro. He had a fucking.
You got mossed.
Oh my God, he dunked on with the definition of on his head. He had a catch from Drake May, bro. That it was just
incredible.
It was very incredible. I was impressed. I was impressed by it.
Time machine for Hooper, man. That's
Hoop.
awesome.
I think the Patriots also need to put up a statue outside for Jacoby Brissett for all those hits he took last year, setting up Drake May. I mean, we talked about it all last year.
Yeah.
Give Jacoby some love, a little
dude.
bit of
and
love.
also, like, to be your vet. Like, I played with Jacoby, and you know, like, he's just a consummate pro. I mean, we throw that around a lot, but he really is. And like,
And a quick shout out to the Pastronaut. He made a little appearance. Drake May bounced his head off the turf like a basketball, scared everybody. Had to go into that awful blue tent for a couple of plays. And the Pastronaut came in, and he had eluded a sack and made a crazy nice play. He only played 3 plays, but he came in. You do what you got to do, keep the game going, and the pace it was going. And I just
Pastronaut, man.
He's getting that tape out there. He's trying to get moved to the deadline.
Mike
Hell
Vrabel
yeah.
wasn't calling him a freak, saying he was going to ruin the game.
And I just,
in the blue
it's just
tent.
one of those things that I respect, just knowing, like, for one, when you're rotating as a D lineman or anything, sometimes it's hard. You get cold. You got to go in the game kind of like at different positions, different times of the game. And it's not always in the best interest of you and your body, how you're feeling. And to be a backup quarterback, just having to be ready for something like that, whether it's 2 or 3 plays, and like we just joked about it, when Russell Wilson had to go in for those 3 plays, like he threw like a terrible pass, and it's just like for guys to be able to be ready and go in and help your team win, I think it's just something that I think
That's hate, bro.
It's
why are you hating on Russell Wilson?
I'm not hating on him. But it's just hey, you gotta stay ready so you don't gotta get ready.
So Titans fans, did you like what you saw offensively? It looked like early in the game they were a little bit better.
I think at the start of the game they were matching. Both teams were kind of matching the intensity of their drives. Like, I think the Titans, they started out really well. Their drive ended up stalling, and they got a field goal out of it. And then the Pats kind of did the same thing, answered back. And you're starting to think, when you're looking at the Titans in the first quarter, you're like, okay, new new coach, new play caller. The team, they look like they're energetic out there, and
that kind of wore off.
And then it's just
the interim bump kind of wore off quickly.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if it's like, I mean, the whole thing this week was, the Titans are going to try to make things more simple, and if I'm a defensive minded person, I'm reading that as more predictable, like over the course of a game. So I wonder if I don't know. I'll look at
simpler
tape,
and then more predictable.
Yeah, like as you get
double-edged
quarter
sword
three,
here. But Titans, it's going to be a long process.
Last thing for this game, you mentioned earlier the Patriots seem to have a little culture brewing, and in the post game they posted this video. They're in the locker room, they're all getting excited, and Drake May presents Mike Vrabel
I have not
with
seen
the
it.
game ball.
So great.
I want to check out one thing. Stephon Diggs gets a little excited, pushes Mike Vrabel a couple times. Watch his reaction here.
Continue. Get a breakdown on prayer. One sec.
Whoa.
Look, Stephon Diggs gonna flip it again.
Yeah.
Hey, stay ready.
Yo, I love Braves, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, but look, Stephane's flinch was like, yo, I thought he was really gonna swing.
Yeah.
If this video was clear enough where you could really zoom on in his face, I'm sure there's like a split second of panic.
Like,
where
oh,
he's hot dog.
The Grizzly Bears turned back towards me, and Vrabel opened every press conference in Tennessee addressing this reporter named, I can't remember her name. But I thought it was so cool. They played a montage of it. It's a gal with a name like Linda. And
Teresa. Hi, Teresa.
Teresa. Perfect name for this. And like he would start every press conference being like, how we doing, Teresa? Or like, what do you got for me? I thought that it just seeing him come back to Tennessee, like he made a real impact on that place. And I'm glad he got the win, man. Like they still miss him. I'm not saying things would be a lot better off. Maybe it would have all gone to shit anyways. But you can the culture that a coach installs, like it kind of persists. And when the guy comes back, you can see, do they really love this guy or not? The fans, I think, love Vrabes too a little bit.
They loved him, but they got to see him with his hot new girlfriend.
I know.
Level up. Level up.
And Vrabel has 5 wins this season. The Titans have 4 since they fired him.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
That's a yikes.
That's a brutal stat.
That is.
Speaking of yikes, let's take a car ride down to Cleveland because I wouldn't want to fly into Cleveland.
Hey, and before we move on, we have another recipient. We've never done this before, but the green light hat trick. We have a hat trick, guys.
Yeah, we do.
And it's going to Tua.
Oh, God.
I'm not doing it.
That is
All you Miami fans, you can't say we never tried to give Tua anything. He had a hat trick. We got to talk about it. 3 interceptions. It is absolutely abysmal. That is absolutely abysmal. Miami, McDaniels, that seat is hot, even with the capris on. His ankles are probably hot too.
Everything's hot.
Everything is hot. Miami, oh, man. This is just a...
Call God.
Yeah. Call God. That's what they should call him.
He doesn't have I'll tell you what, he doesn't have a 305 area code.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh man.
So here's the thing. You got 2 left-handed quarterbacks playing in a hurricane, and one of the coaches wearing gold frame glasses. Like just a wild sight to see. I thought this game might be entertaining because I thought it might be like a super duper rock fight. And this game damn near got over the total. It's never as windy as rainy as you think it's going to be. You see the forecast on like a Thursday, and you're like, dude, this is a fucking typhoon. And then they get out there and kind of run their offense, which was shitty. Watching both of these offenses is terrible, but at least, you get to see Achane. And he's the Bugatti parked next to the shotgun shack in the meme.
Literally trying to run out of there.
Yeah, he's like, can I Forrest Gump through the tunnel and like to Kansas City or fucking somewhere?
One of the picks Tua threw, he threw to Achane like Achane was 6'11". like in the flat, and it's just like
Yeah, but you know what I used to hear? A-Chan's got to go up and get that.
and that's what it. And if you don't know ball, that's what it literally looks like on a play like that. It's just like, should the wide receiver have gotten that? And it's like, no, he should not have to jump freaking 3 to 4 feet like your max vertical trying to catch a pass out of the flat.
Yeah, it's ugly. And listen, I'm not saying this is how it goes. I'm not going to say Tua's the worst quarterback of all time because he looks terrible right now, just like I didn't bite the fucking cheese like some people and say he was a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, or he's Josh Allen, or he's Patrick Mahomes, because he had like a bunch of Lamborghinis parked outside for 2 years. Okay, and a run game to go with it. It all fell apart. And I think what Tua was trying to say, and he's not great at the podium, is like the difference between years past and this year, and I'm not playing that well, is I kind of got to bring everybody. I've got to multitask. You mean like you're on a bad team? You're on a bad offense that's just set up really poorly and you don't have a run game? I don't mean to be reductive, but what I'm trying to say is at 3:39 p.m. yesterday, our long national nightmare ended. Quinn Ewers checked into the game, and I just want to take one last opportunity to address Dolphins fans among us. Many of you I had spirited debates with over the years. Many of you called me names. Many of you told me it was personal and I hated Tua. I don't hate Tua, dude. I actually wish the best for him. And I'm not going to pile on him right now and say he's the worst football player. He threw his team under the bus last week. He made some mistakes, just like he did on the field yesterday. But this organization needs to own this one as well. They have just hit rock bottom. They're culturally terrible. They can't stop the run. They can't run the football anymore. The quarterback's part of the problem. I feel bad for Mike McDaniel because I do think the charming kind of quirk of Mike McDaniel turns, it's like the tuxedos aren't cute anymore scene in the Step Brothers, where it's like, all of a sudden somebody farted and it's not cool anymore to have capris on or like glasses like that. And that's the thing, is like losing exposes a lot. And this team has always struggled to beat good teams. Now they can't beat anybody. It's time to tear it down and hire an authoritarian.
Oh, wait. I got one more hat to give out.
Yeah.
Judkins, he scored 3 touchdowns.
He's a good player.
Hat trick. And for the Browns, if you guys are wondering what y'all should do for the rest of this season on offense, it's fine as many ways as you can get that kid the ball and help Dylan Gabriel out. Like, yes, you could throw the ball to Jared Jeudy and some of these guys. You wait till you get Njoku back.
Harold Fannin.
Fannin. But that kid.
Look out for Cleveland. They're a sleeping giant.
Bro, just handing the ball off. If you
They're
get
in a
this
deep
kid
sleep.
going, if you get this kid going with that defense, y'all can – it's not that y'all are contenders, but y'all can fake like it a little bit.
No, listen. I'm not talking about this year. They're going to be like Rip Van Winkle a little bit, but they are a sleeping giant.
Okay.
People are knocking on Andrew Berry for trading away Flacco.
But for how long? Like, how long until like teams start offering them, they pick that team apart? Like, we're just talking about, like, if you're the Cowboys, you try to go get Myles Garrett. Like, if they Garrett
if they decide to sell, but I'm saying they have some nice young players on this team.
Absolutely.
You talk about the running back, you talk about the linebacker, Schlesinger, you talk about
Graham.
Who'd you say?
Mason Graham.
You talk about like all these Fannin. They really have drafted well, and Barry's done a good job with the roster. They decided to pay a guy with like 59,000 civil cases, who got hit 59,000 times the first 7 years of his career, and his body and his mind fell apart. And you know what? I don't feel bad for you because that was a fucked up thing to do. And now all you have to do is just find a franchise quarterback, which has been a really easy thing to do in Cleveland. So as long as you can do that, I think you're set, dude.
I heard they drafted Deion Sanders' kid too.
Look at the Myles Garrett thing. They did. I heard that. Who I'd like to see play.
They should put him out there.
Play him.
But then when they play him,
I'm
people are going to be pissed that he's playing because things are too fucked up.
Yeah. But, like, this is the time. The Mercury's in Gatorade.
The Mercury is in Gatorade.
The time is now. The time is definitely
Can somebody
now.
can you go right here? This is Myles Garrett's contract, yeah?
Yep.
I know it's not. I know.
Cap hit?
I know it's not Conklin's fucking contract. Look at that. Golly. Cap hit. Okay. 2026
24.6.
You know what I want for Christmas?
Well, a lot of that is from prorated bonuses.
So what do we think? Movable.
Based on the base number, yeah, it's movable.
Yeah, the base number says 1-3, then it's 1-3. It's 1-3. That's wild.
Man, the Jaguars, y'all couldn't find a way to flirt and get Garrett in that trade too. And shout out to Campbell, man. I hate injury to insult in a day like yesterday is you look up and you watch this game and what do you know? The guy we just traded from Jacksonville and everyone's saying, oh yeah, we got the better of the deal. We got Newsome, blah, blah. What do you know? Campbell's grabbing a pick and running for a touchdown.
No, that was a cool moment for him. I mean, a guy who, and you know what? Maybe
go back to Jacksonville.
Yeah, no. So I think this Myles Garrett thing's interesting. We've been talking about it for like a couple years now, where I was like imploring the Eagles to go get him last year, and so much that I had spammed Howie Roseman with like real text messages. It was like, "Have you heard of this guy? What would it take to think?"
But you think for him, he's just like, you know what, guys, like I don't want to.
You think he's gonna Alvin Kamara, Dame Lillard this situation and be like,
that's what it just seems. That's what
I don't think so, because
like.
Last year he was sick of it until they gave him a giant bag.
And 2 weeks ago, he was saying, I think someone asked him about, he was saying something like, hey, it's tough to watch a team that has it really together on both sides of the ball. And he was like, it must be nice. Must be nice to have to do that, alluding to maybe.
Yeah, no, he's
together.
frustrated, bro. Like, he's out here, he's getting his reputation questioned on this team. Like, people are, when you lose, all of a sudden it's like, if they win these games, people are like, oh, Myles Garrett, look at all the double teams he draws. He makes an effect on the game in so many ways, but like, you lose these games, you're like, where the fuck is Myles Garrett? You got local radio people like dressing him down. I'm like, bro, if Myles Garrett wasn't on this team, it would look totally different for the last 5 years. And so to me, I know he is a fucking human puma, dude. The way he moves.
You know what's close to a puma?
What? A jaguar.
A jaguar.
I know. But like, he is getting up there in years a little bit. Like, what is he, like 29, 28? I'm like, what year is it, dude? Myles Garrett age.
29.
29 years old. Rushers do start to slow down in the next 4 years. Okay, like just a little bit. Like he can play till he's 40, I'm sure. But like if you want this version of him, I don't know if this version of him is going to be in Cleveland when they turn it around. So it just to me is like the best thing to do for him maybe at some point, and I know I called him a sleeping giant, is to maybe do the guy a favor and let somebody send you 2 1s and like a player and swap for like a late round pick. I don't know what it would take.
If you're Andrew Berry and you're coming off this draft, you should have confidence in saying, "Hey, give me some picks. Let me hit on it again."
Yes, because I'm good at this.
Right, exactly. And if the draft's not good in the areas you want to go, flip those picks send them to a team around draft time for a player on the way back that actually wants to attack the draft. Do you think though?
I'd be a terrible GM. I just go for broke every year to try to win. But that works for Philly.
You're saying they're a sleeping giant, though. Do you think they're still Kevin Stefanski's sleeping giant?
No,
no.
They gotta cryogenically freeze this team, and then whenever they find their Vince Lombardi, it's on, dude. So I don't know who wants the Cleveland job. Honestly, the cover's not that bare.
It's not that bare, but until you have a QB, you don't have anything.
The QB thing, bro. That whole QB thing, it just eludes them.
It does. Baker Mayfield curse. Right now they're paying.
Yeah, really.
Is there a bad team with a good quarterback in the NFL? Who's aging?
With a good quarterback. The Bengals. Joe Flacco. Right?
I want to tell you one more thing. Okay. There was a Tyler Dunn article. There's a source that claims Jimmy Haslam and the Browns had a chance at Dan Campbell in 2019. It was year 2 Baker Mayfield. You got an MVP candidate right now and a perennial Coach of the Year candidate and culture guy of the century, and like he's in your building, and Haslam was more evidently into analytics now.
Analytics, man.
Analytics are going to be the death of us. Is Tua trade bait? No, he's not. They can't move him. So that's when you talk about Miami, it's like
to whom?
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing.
Not a long line.
Honestly, the owner in Miami, Stephen Ross, should start a league in like Saudi Arabia. and you know what I'm saying?
I'm following.
And then Tua goes over there. He's the headliner.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, put asses in seats.
What if an owner hated his quarterback enough that he started a different league just to employ him there and free said organization of the cap hit and the entanglements?
Yeah.
You know, it'd be crazy. No, I'm not gonna say this.
No,
I'm not gonna.
just don't.
I'm not gonna disrespect Tua.
Just don't.
Saints Bears.
Yep.
I just want to say this last thing. It was never personal. If I argued with you as a Dolphins fan, it's just sometimes the way y'all go about things is like you think we're just like grinding an axe with a player when like we just have an opinion like you and it just happens to be different. And you know, maybe your opinion was a little bit more misguided than mine, but I don't hold that against you. I've been wrong this show. It happens all the time. All right. New Orleans and Chicago. Somebody said Tua would kill it in Saudi. Like he would just crush it in the Saudi league, dude. If he was out there like rushing him against a bunch of like foreign dudes who don't know what they're doing.
Or who's gonna be the big time NFL player to cross over and just dominate in all this flag football shit once it starts?
And you can't tell me Tua wouldn't take the live bag. Come on. He would take it. No
100%.
questions asked.
What was his
Can I
first
throw-
thing after he signed the contract? Show me the money.
Well, there's other things too, but go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
What?
Ask. Can we do a green light Saudi? And I'll head it. I'll go over there. And
Oh,
get
head it. You'll head it? Not for long.
I'll get all the content, and grab the Saudi bag. Bears
Dr.
versus
Axe.
Hold the F.
You guys think I'm fucking around. You need to read up on that situation.
Hold the F.
All right. New Orleans and
I'll be chilling with Brady. Brady be over there. He got business over there.
yeah. Like a damn movie villain. So New Orleans and Chicago.
Dennis Allen revenge game.
Yeah,
This wasn't
That is
Dennis Allen.
revenge.
This was a Dennis Allen revenge game. My boy Rattler let me down. I had one eye on the TV. I still maintain that he's not a terrible quarterback or anything. I think
He was up and down. He was up and down, scoring drives into and out of the half. But
did they get robbed on that throwback?
You guys were just shitting all over Tua for throwing 3 picks. And then, well, Spencer Rattler's not a bad quarterback. He threw 3 picks, too.
Oh,
Fucking
well, get him a hat too.
Hey, Bo, welcome to the chat.
Hat
See,
trick.
we paid a fan to be on
I
the
don't
show
want to sit
today.
here and talk about Browns Dolphins for 35 minutes, but I'm back now.
I'm mad because I don't know anything about that game. I'm sitting on my hands.
Completely uninterested, but I'm back now, Chris, and I got a lot of fun things to tell you about. Chiefly, DeAndre Swift had a great game. Dude.
Tua couldn't hold Rattler's jock, bro.
104 yards. What'd you say?
Tua couldn't hold Rattler's jock. You put Tua in that Miami offense
I
3
know,
years
I'm actually
ago,
with
he's
you on
throwing
that,
for
buddy.
4,000 yards.
I don't like Tua either, Chris.
I don't dislike. It's the quarterback.
We
that I don't
understand
like.
that you have a years-long personal vendetta against Tua.
It's like
okay?
the 7 years war, dude. Yeah, it's the vendetta you got against sleeves, bro. We get it. You've lifted a lot of weights. Look at that.
Okay. Well, let's talk about another polarizing quarterback, shall we? Caleb Williams.
Wait,
He's a little up and down this game. I'm a huge fan of Caleb Williams. Honestly, I think he's got a lot of talent, but this wasn't his best performance. Thankfully, I think the nice thing for this game is it's really cool to see Chicago's rush game come alive. I think that'll actually be huge for him. If they can continue that down the stretch, like it just takes such a load off of younger quarterback with a new offensive coordinator to have a rush game like this. Like they had, and then like I talked about Swift, but Kyle Monangai too looked really good. 13 carries, 81 yards, a touchdown, but they had 40 rushes for 222 yards.
Yeah.
So if they can keep riding that, riding Swift and Monangai down the stretch, like the Bears will be good. And then I think the really interesting thing to me is like you look at the NFC North. I talked about the Packers. I don't think the jury is not really out on the Packers yet. Like I think they're good. I think they're in the top third of NFL teams, maybe.
Who?
The Packers.
The top third?
I think they're really good.
Wow.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Do you disagree with that?
Yeah, they're definitely in the top third.
Okay, maybe the top quarter. I think that
The top quadrant.
The top quadrantile. I guess what I'm saying is I think public perception is that the Packers are a much better team, but the Bears are right there in the NFC North, man.
I disagree.
They're 4-2. They're kind of quietly growing and improving is what I'm getting at. And I can see a world in which down the stretch they're a little bit of a problem in the NFC North.
They might be a problem day to day. They're a problem any given Sunday. I think the quarterback's really talented. I think the run game, as you mentioned, and maybe some of the offensive line moves they made this year, like actually like paying some dividends in that part of the game. But like
Both the guards been really good.
yeah, and Dahlman shockingly really good. Our guy from Kansas City, shockingly really good. Tooney, Mr. Rubin.
Tooney's great, bro. He's a great player.
But
really
but I see where you're going. I just think it's a little rich to be like they're like kind of, as I put out my American spirit. I just don't think the roster's in a place where like Green Bay is. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you there. I guess what I'm saying is I think there's a lot to be positive about.
For sure, dude.
I'm not just saying just because of the Saints win. 4-2, man. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're performing better than public perception. And maybe that's just because everyone is so critical of, Caleb Williams, and he honestly wasn't as good this game.
He wasn't that good the game
there,
before either. I'm just nitpicking because I think he can be that good. That's the reason I grade him on a scale of like a really good quarterback.
Well,
he was good against the blitz.
He was give me
7
those.
for 8, 102 yards.
Golly.
No blitz, 8 for 18 with 70 yards and an interception. So what I think of that is like he's got a little too much time to think, tries a little too hard sometimes to make plays, and ends up, costly turnovers and things like that. But I don't know. I like Caleb Williams, man. And I want the Bears to be good. I just think that's good for the National Football League.
They're scrappy, dude. They're
low
scrappy.
key
And Bears fans should be excited because things will be different eventually. I'm just saying, like I want to see, they're going to play the Ravens this Sunday. If Lamar's back, that's going to be a fun game. They're going to play the Eagles late in the season. They're going to play the Packers. We got to wait a little bit for that game. They're going to get the Packers, the Niners, the Packers, the Lions in the last 5 weeks of the season. So we will have to wait to see, like, what are they really made of. But I do want to shout out Al Harris again. He's been a big factor in what those guys have done on the back end. Like, there are guys on that Bayard. Like, at one point I was like, is he done? And he's just all over the field, man. They make a bunch of plays. Shout out to Al Harris, my former teammate. Absolute dog. He was in Dallas, coaching the secondary the last couple of years, but he's elevated that group.
Oh man.
Oh my God. I think I'd rather go.
I don't know anything about this game other than my little prince hurt his small ankle.
And and really that's what you need to know from the
That's
Panthers.
the lead.
Yeah, that's the old lead. Andy Dalton got some work, so it looks like he's going to go
Andy!
the next couple weeks.
Red Rocket.
Oh, he's going to be firing. It's actually you were actually going to learn a good bit about Tet McMillan and Xavier Legette if they can keep up their production with Andy Dalton back there shooting.
Here's a take that maybe a lot of people might not have. The Panthers are playing better because they got Darren Bates on their coaching staff.
No, I like that take. At the very least, they look.
Bates.
At the very least, they look like the morale's immediately higher because like he's in a lot of shots and he looks turned.
Absolutely, and all the guys look like they love having him as a coach. But the Panthers, I mean, hey, a win is a win in the league, and when you're a franchise that is desperate for wins, you got to get it any way you can. And 13-6 against the Jets is not something like to feel that good about, but it's a win.
Dude, the Broncos just went to London and they took them to the last 3 minutes. So I mean, it's just the Jets defensively are a stout test at this point, and that's the reason I feel bad for Aaron Glenn is because like I think they whiffed on the offensive moves. And the defense is actually, they're not quitting. I didn't see the game yesterday, but they played their asses off in London. And they got Jermaine Johnson back, and he looked pretty good.
It's hard to win in the league. It's hard to win. And, like, sometimes it looks easy, but, like, also the margins of winning, like, there's the difference. And it's just, like, now that they keep losing, it's always going to be funny, that clip of him after they scored that, what was it, fumble recovery or whatever, kick return. And he thought they were going to win that game. And it's just like they have not had. I feel like he hasn't smiled on the football field since maybe that.
Yeah.
But he was excited. He was excited. I'm not gonna lie when his players got penalties going to Justin. Justin slid one play and got absolutely fucking rocked. And a bunch of his guys, bunch of the old linemen and players went to his defense and kind of
Going after the Panthers.
They went after them and got a penalty. And you can see Glenn coming on the field to help break things up. And he kind of has like that grin like, oh, I'm proud of these guys for that. Yeah, you take care of your quarterback.
Yeah, I think there's a culture that's there. I don't see a team that doesn't respect their head coach. I see a head coach that doesn't know what to do with the offense and a head coach who's learning on the job.
And he said,
and God forbid that's the case. If anybody thought they'd be really good this year, no, I mean, we thought they might win 4 or 5 games, and they still could. Like, it would take a big run. But this is a group that's going to have to grow up, and hopefully they give him some patience because I believe in the culture that he can install.
and he said as much this morning in his press conference. Aaron Glenn said that he's consulting other coaches who have been in this position before deciding on how to proceed at quarterback. So he's admitting that he's like, hey, let me reach out and let me figure out some things because this is, I don't know how to go here. And, some people could take that as, hey, man, that's like a red flag. But I don't know if you guys think that, hey, popping out and asking questions about this one particular situation, because neither quarterback for the Jets really showed you. I mean, Justin Fields for the second straight game had a average yards per throw of 4.
Yeah.
And then when Tyrod came in, it wasn't any better. He was
that's why I think like Engstrand, the guy running the offense, like he's not working with a full deck, especially if Garrett Wilson's down or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's just I've watched them enough to be like, what are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
Even with the limited tools in the toolbox. I want to shout out Derek Brown. I'm just seeing that he had 2 sacks. I'm a big fan of his game. Always have been. I mean, guy that flies under the radar because of the team he's been on, but playing like one of the dudes on that defense because he is. And oh my dog, dude, Nick Scorton,
big game from him.
1.5 sacks.
This
team high 6 pressures. I texted Darren Bates before the year. I said he's your best edge rusher. Just wait. He's your he might be your best all-around edge player out of the young guys, man. He's a fucking ball player.
So the Panthers defense these last couple weeks, they are solid. They have Bryce has made the throws and led the offense when he's needed to, but this defense, they are.
I need to pull up my dog Scorton.
They are an under the radar.
I'm watching. I'm watching while we do the
other thing.
game.
So obviously, weeks 5 and 6, we had Dowdle go for 200 yards each week, right? And then Chuba Hubbard comes back, and it's like, are we going to run both? Are we going to do both guys? Or are we going to ride the hot hand? And yesterday it was kind of shown like, hey, let's get after Rico Dowdle. He had 17 for 79 plus a 17-yard catch and run. Chuba goes 14 for 31 and 24 yards on 2 catches. If with the Panthers being where they are and some teams being a running back needy team, Chuba might be that piece. I don't know if you guys want to.
I don't want to be short-sighted because they probably have ambitions, and there are teams like the Falcons that hey, we're perfectly fine having 2. And also, what's the Falcons' record right now? The way we talk about the Falcons, they're like a serious operation. The way we talk about Carolina, they're like bums.
3-3.
Yeah, this team's 4-3. And so I kind of am one that I would listen to offers for one of the backs, and it would probably be Hubbard first. But it kind of depends on what they're going to send you. And I'm watching Scorton, man. 6 technique, hands, popping back outside, making the play on Breece Hall. I'm looking at him taking the up and under. I'm looking at him. Let's see. Not doing shit on that play. I don't know why that's a. Oh, no. Yeah, he's good, man. He's a good player. I like this guy, just so you know.
All the Cats got 4 wins, huh?
Is that true?
The Jags, the Lions, and the Panthers are
well,
the Cats?
I think we need to land the plane here on this game.
And we're going to land it, but then we're going to take back off and go right back to Cleveland just quickly. We've got a press conference, Mike McDaniel.
Wait. Can't hear.
Why are they in Cleveland?
We're going back to the game.
He's gonna their starter this week, and my expectation.
So
Yeah, he's gonna take the snaps this week, and he's gonna their starter this week, and my expectation is that we don't throw 10 picks.
and he's talking about Tua there.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Tua's going to take the snaps. He's going to start, and Mike McDaniel doesn't want him to throw 10.
He needs to be careful. He really does, because I've been a fan of this dude and everything. I think he knows some ball. But the next team that's looking at you is hearing this stuff. And like usually when I talk about a coach, like I feel like I'm talking to a senior person.
Yeah.
Like that kind of knows what they're doing, but like he's not much older than me, is he?
No.
Like, and I kind of think of myself as a kid with childish tendencies sometimes. Like, this is a little childish.
I think it is, but I think you know what I think it is. I think it's him.
And maybe he's pissed about him throwing his team under the bus.
I think it's him and Tua. Like, and I think that even before the throwing the team under the bus.
But I told you he didn't like him from the beginning, bro. I told you.
Look, Tua low key has been like I said it before. I think Tua low key has been throwing Mike McDaniels under the bus, whether he knows it or not. But you going up there and saying like
that's what happened to his pants. Like one of the wheels caught the bottom of his pants. And the bus ran over his pants, and he had to cut the other leg.
If you're going up there as a quarterback and saying like, "Yeah, we got guys coming in late, and we don't have any structure," like that's a bad look for the quarterback. I mean, it's
a really bad look for the head coach. But you know what's an even worse look for the head coach?
Bad look for the quarterback too, though.
No, yeah, it's a bad look on him too. Throwing guys under the bus.
You're the fortified leader of the team, man, and you're telling me that like, let's say, okay. First of all, I was never late to a fucking meeting in my entire life, whether it was.
Oh, Tua's dead wrong. He's dead wrong for what he did.
If I was, and that's the first I ever heard of it, I would be furious. I'd be like, dude, just come talk to me about it personally. So I think it's but I agree with what you guys are saying. Like,
and I agree that guys like Tua's he's probably tried to talk to guys, but I feel like right now in that locker room, guys maybe don't respect him enough that things are like it's just like, hey dude, can you come in?
Point.
Can you come in 5 minutes like early maybe? And it's just like if you don't respect the guys, like bro, like I'll come in 4 minutes.
We're beating a dead dolphin. The important point is the chances of Mike McDaniel getting a head coaching job at some point in his career are higher than Tua being somebody's franchise quarterback again. Ooh. Tua can make all these mistakes, and the nails are in his coffin because I don't think there's a team in the league that would make a move for him, even if he were affordable at this point. Mike McDaniel is a bright offensive mind. He's well respected in league circles as that. He has been questionable in the culture that he's built in Miami. I think he's been hamstrung. A lot of it's been the quarterback. But if you're going to finish, and I know it's like the last day of school for him, and he's probably like, get me the fuck out of here. Maybe I want to be fired. Like, I want to be in San Francisco like Stat. But if it is your last week, finish strong at the podium because people at some point, and the next hire, if you're going to be a leader of men, an offensive coordinator, you have to be able to walk into the room. I know that like there's been a move in football that's like kind of, and I don't like the word nerd because like, what are you like owning from somebody for being smart? Mm-hmm. But the non-prototypical football guy has entered the chat. And I think there should be a non-prototypical football guy in the chat. Like that's fine with me. But you got to walk and talk and act like one, even if you're not. And like whether you think that's right or wrong, like grown men, alpha males, they don't respect that. They don't. That like it's hard for you to buy into leadership if that's how you're going to act at the podium. And I'm a Mike fan, but he's got to finish stronger.
The cape for him though, I would say like if you were a dude, like if you got a new locker room and you were like, hey coach, like I don't know you, but like I just don't like your last thing. I don't like the fact that you went up there and said that. And they're
not going to say that. They're just not going to hire him.
Oh yeah, true. But I just feel like for him, it's like he might be a coach that really. I think he really didn't like the fact that Tua got up there and threw guys under.
Bro, did you hear anything I just said?
No, yeah, I hear you.
Sure, you can choose to get in a pissing match with a child, but then you're going to get treated like a child.
Facts.
When it comes time to be hired as an adult, a leader of men. Like that's all I'm saying is like
You're just saying McDaniel's got to be better than that. He can't get down in the muck and throw people under the bus and get petty in his press conferences and things like that.
No, because I think, hey, Mike, everybody knows. Mike, can I speak into the camera for a second if you see this? Everybody knows the quarterback is mid. We've known it for years. People that know football have known it for years. You don't have to do this. Like, it's going to make you less – it's going to make people less empathetic to your plight is all I'm saying.
Yeah. And I mean, just one more angle on this. It's possible he's trying to say it's not his call, but there's another way to say that than
And it's also possible that he's got a super dry sense of humor, but man, like throw a little water on it from time to time, because like I think people see that and they're like, what the fuck, dude? Like they're just throwing each other under buses down there.
Right.
It's like
Yeah,
that's all you hear at their practices and in their building is backup sound.
Wheels on the bus go round and round.
Land the bus. Let's land the bus.
Land the bus, and we're going to pick up the phone. Hear from the fine folks of the some fine locals. Ring.
Fine locals.
Dude, shut the fuck up, man. Facts, I love you. You funny as hell. But the Rams put that belt to ass today, baby. Never sleep on the Rams. Jacksonville, y'all had a little spark in the beginning, but it's over. The run is over. Rams back. Chris, you're a Rams legend. We love you forever. Making sense and stuff about the Rams last year. I don't love it, but it's all good. We're back. I know a lot of people talking Super Bowl, but today was another example of how if we put it together, Matty Stafford can get us there. You've called it all along, Chris. You're the man. Love the pod. Let's go.
Thank you. I appreciate you. That makes my heart happy to hear Rams legend, because I've spent a lot of time away from the franchise because of the franchise moving. So it really does mean a lot when a fan calls in and it's like remembers me fondly. But I just there is reason to believe that they could make a run.
Hey, now, hold up. Hey, you guys called in.
100%.
Y'all chill the fuck out on me, all right? All right?
Oh, dude.
All right, guys?
Dude,
hey, listen here.
Dude, no.
Here, guys. hey, happy your team won, and I love that you listen to the Green Light Pod, but slow up a little bit. The Rams, man, you better hope Puka, you better hope he gets healthy soon, because you guys ain't hot shit. Like, Stafford is great, but you're not hot shit, all right? Don't come out here and talk, yes, Jackson.
They are hot shit.
They are.
Yes,
they are hot.
They are hot shit.
They absolutely should have won that game in Philly. Absolutely should have won that game. And I'm an Eagles guy and everything, but like, they have been.
Oh, you guys all feel this way about the Rams? Like,
yes.
Oh, man.
For sure.
Do you not remember what I said on Friday, right here in this room, or Thursday, whatever day that was? I said the Rams are going to win this game. They're more of a professional outfit, and the Jags hangover is going to continue.
Wherever the Jags play, everyone's all of a sudden a fan in here, huh?
Stafford,
that's not it.
Everyone's a Chiefs fan, and then everyone's a damn Rams fan.
That's not
it's so great. No, I'm joking.
No, but honestly, the Rams are pretty good. I appreciate the call.
Ring.
I finally found a love of a lifetime. Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck. Says here Daniel Jones. Well, boys, this is a relationship where the head says you're probably going to end up hurt, but the heart wants what it wants. A love to last my whole life through. Go Colts, 6-1. Let's go.
Yo, we got some Colts fans that listen to the podcast, man. Y'all are so chill. That's the cool thing about y'all is y'all. What is it about y'all? Is it because y'all had some success for a long time? Like it's like
when you say act like you've been there, like they've been there before. If they've been fans for a while, they had the Peyton Manning run, so they know how to win. Like they know how to win with class and be happy for your team and just ride it out.
Like Jags fans.
Like people say a lot of things about Indiana. I'm not sure if they're as true as I thought they were. Like like bad things. I've heard bad things about Indiana.
Yeah. We might be, Greenland Podcast. We might be turning the Indiana tide.
We might be turning the Indiana
one
tide.
Colts fan at a time.
Yeah.
Ring.
Gentlemen, I am a Denver Broncos fan.
Also,
the game's been over for about 20 minutes. My heart is still in my throat. That was about 95% garbage, and Demaryius Thomas's parents should not have been subjected to that. However, they knew the moment. 33 points in the fourth quarter. What can you say? Some games we have to lean on the Denver's defense, and it's still good. And other games with Bo Nix, you have to lean on the offense, and it was a little bit of both today. But I would say a lot more offense and belief. The grit they showed against up-and-coming Giants team was outstanding. And really happy for Hal Cowboy here. I mean, we have a guy. It's nice to have a guy after going through 12 quarterbacks. Feeling pretty good. Cheers.
Guys, chill. Guy might be on an edible. Guys, chill. And guy should be excited because, I don't know, yesterday, to be a football player and play in a game like that, like I've never been a part of a comeback quite like that. Well, in the Super Bowl. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, what?
Actually,
No, it was crazy. But I'm telling you, like even like a Sunday noon game or a 4 p.m., like it might not even be a game where you're in it, like because Lord knows that was a lot of it for me. But to be in a game like that where you win at home and like it's just the team win and the roof comes off the place, like it's indescribable. The high, like you'll never feel something like that again in your life. I'm sorry, people are like, yo, retirement's great. It is, but there's nothing like that feeling. Walking back in the locker room with your boys after you do something like that, you're just it's like hero mode. You know what I mean, Bo? He knows what I mean.
It's the best thing. I mean, I didn't win a Super Bowl 28-3, but when you get an unexpected win, you're kind of just – it's the fucking best, man. It is truly the best. I love those locker room videos after, like the one with Rabes and stuff.
And you saw Bo Nix yesterday. He was like, hey man, I feel bad for all the fans who left. You know, they missed one hell of a show.
Yeah.
And Garrett Bowles, shout out to Garrett Bowles. He was stoked in the locker room. He hadn't seen many good things, you know, in a Denver Broncos uniform. He showed up just after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
2 years after, he got to know Demaryius Thomas, and he talked about how big of an impact he was on him. And it's awesome to see him, you know, turn into the hell of a player that he is.
Yeah.
And, you know, see a win like this.
Be there to see the growing up.
Yep.
All right, let's see. We have any more calls?
We have no more calls.
Okay.
But we want to say hi to BetMGM.
Oh, I do. It's 4:44. This football season, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at first touchdown scorers. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back in cash if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. Be sure to take advantage of this offer, and if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code GREENLIGHT, and you will get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Make it legendary.
all right.
BetMGM Moments.
Into our moments. Best flight.
I got
best flight. You guys started off.
Got to be the Rams, right?
I got one. Much ado was made about this. We talk about these international games quite a bit. I love Sean McVay and the Rams' approach to going over to London. Fucking get in, beat the fuck out of the Jags, get out. They went on Friday, 30 hours before the game. I think that's fucking awesome. Less time spent in London, the better. Best flight. Rams going out to London early. It's good shit.
There was a lot of turbulence yesterday. I was looking at the turbulence map. There were things blowing all over the place outside, and anybody flying out west and after the 4 p.m. window was they were having a rough go. But I would say best flight probably Philly back to Minnesota. You know, you sit back there with Big Dom. You know, Nick's probably walking up and down the aisles, like trying to get the vibes going. That's just it's fun to win on the road, and especially if you're the 1 p.m. team and you have like a 2-hour flight home, that's even better. The guys were back in Philly if they so chose to go out to like maybe like say a Delilah's or something like that.
Ooh, love that.
Nate.
Lila's.
It's a gentleman's club.
Unfortunately,
I'm
giving it to the Rams because that probably was the best flight after.
It's a classy move.
Just after going out there, a day notice,
Class. Yeah.
a day notice, and then doing what they did and being able to leave with all the speculation and the talk. Probably people were saying, you guys are only going there a day early and yada yada, and it's like, yo, we came in here, we handled business, and then we get to leave. Worst flight though.
Worst flight.
Wait, let me give you a best flight before we go there.
Okay.
Mike Vrabel.
Ooh.
Got to feel pretty damn good to go into the office you're kicked out of.
Yep.
Take a steaming dump on the desk, and then fly back home with your old bosses wondering if they made a mistake.
You know what? Somebody just sent me something pretty interesting about that. Where is it?
The steaming dump?
Yep. So, gosh, if I could find it, this is an incredible deal. Somebody in my family texted me this. Am I imagining things? This woman really did that. Google woman wins the lotto and takes a steamy dump on boss's desk, dude. This woman, best seat. Worst seat might be the boss.
Yeah.
Did this come up on your Google search? No? Am I imagining this? Golly, this is why you stick.
I'm gonna let someone else look that one up.
Yeah. You don't want to look that up. Golly,
yeah, my algorithm's in a good spot right now.
All right. So you wanted to do a worst flight?
Yeah, we're going to our worst flight.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, worst flights. I was saying it's probably Rams family members. You got to think about if you planned on. You see at the beginning of the season, your team is playing in London, and what do? You probably plan a trip for your family. They meet you out there. You'll probably get a chance to have a dinner or breakfast together or do something while you're out there. And then you find out a week or two before, hey, babe, I know you and the family are going to be there on Thursday, but we don't get there until Saturday midday. And
They stayed in Baltimore all last week.
Exactly.
So it's like, hey, babe, we're not going to London anymore. Come on over to beautiful Baltimore and hang out with me for the week.
In 2000 and what was that? 2016, a 41-year-old woman allegedly did take a dump on her boss's desk after Charlie found it. Appreciate you. Godspeed on that Google search, but like unbelievable. Yeah, woman arrested after taking a shit on boss's desk. Unbelievable.
Worth it.
Totally worth it.
100% worth it. Even the lotto, I mean.
People that win the lotto always like lose it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks NFL players are such idiots. They're like, well, most of them go broke. And then they all win the lotto and they go broke. I'm like, you idiots. Not as easy as it looks, is it? You fucking morons. All right. So,
Bo, you got a worst flight?
Worst flight, Bo.
Yeah, I got a worst flight. Packers did not go to Arizona early. However, they arrived very late because their flight was delayed for 5 hours on the way to Arizona. That's a bad flight. You know, getting a delay under normal circumstances fucking blows. But like to be stuck on the runway of Lambeau, throwing all your pregame routines off. I'm sitting next to Chris and Fax on this flight for 5 hours, running out of shit to talk about. Thankfully, they won the game, but that's a tough stretch there.
Probably the worst flight. The worst flight's Atlanta for me. I mean, like they played awful. They made a lot of people made bad decisions. And to fly back from a West Coast Sunday night game is like the worst thing ever. You get home at like 7 a.m. That has to be the worst flight for me.
I got a worst flight. I gave it to Washington State. I saw my first UVA game this weekend, and the Washington State squad, they went from swag surfing with a 10-point lead at the start of the fourth quarter, losing that ball game on a safety, flying back west.
Is Reed shitting on my desk right now? Where is he?
he's running an errand.
That is the worst flight because did you see the way that worked? Worked. The off back.
Yeah.
Called a fair catch on the
1 yard line.
Unreal.
But it was the off back, not even the guy who caught the catch.
That was terrible.
So it's like you're not even catching the kickoff. Why are you calling for a fair
I was
catch?
watching from a show. I got to shout out this group called Shadowgrass. They're fucking really good. I tried to get you to come with me.
Did.
You didn't, but it was
Shadow.
They were awesome. Shadowgrass was sick, and I got to watch the game and listen to Shadowgrass.
Unreal game, unreal finish. Bevel Conway.
Oh, Bevel Conway for me. I got two of them. Number one, Oregon football, and this is what I want Reed to look up, but he's not here. Oregon football will debut Grateful Dead-inspired uniforms for Week 9.
What?
That's pretty sick.
That is pretty fire.
That's pretty sick right there. And then the other one for me is the Chargers yellows. I know that like Nolan's not a big fan of them, but
That's your bevel?
They're awful.
dude.
That's my bevel.
They're incredible.
Absolutely
Bro,
horrendous.
But that's color rush.
No, but it's different
I'm
with
with
them.
you,
Like
Noel.
it works for them.
these are the
Works for them.
these are the piss versions of the Browns turds, in my opinion. Awful.
Can you imagine if the Browns played the Chargers like that?
It'd be awful.
Yeah.
Be the ultimate anti-bevel.
These are the Let It Mellows.
Yeah.
Let it mellow.
Yeah.
And the whole stadium looks sick too. Look at those Grateful Deads up there. Do y'all see that? Can the people at home see that? That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Look at those. Look at those. They're sick. Look at that duck with the steal your beak. That's awesome.
That's really cool.
That's cool as shit, dude. I need like a t-shirt stat.
But what was your bevel?
Niners last night. I think they wore the white pants with the classic.
I agree with you,
I thought
man.
they looked-
I think the white
the Niners
pants
are good.
a nice
Not
touch.
the Falcons. Just the
Yeah.
Niners. Just the Niners. Sunday Night Football. Something very classic about it. It feels right. It feels like you watch those jerseys. All is right with the world. So,
Yeah,
I like
good call. As an Eagles fan, this is probably heresy. My bevel was the Cowboys uniforms yesterday. Really well done, top to bottom. I think sometimes the Stormtrooper look, it can be a little bit overdone. You need a little bit of color detail in there, and I think the Cowboys did it well. All maroon from the commies
Is he
wasn't bad
bringing
either.
a human in here?
I had a surprise for Chris.
What the fuck? What's up, brother? How are you? Thanks for bringing that bird in here. Wow. I suppose that's somebody that knows Nate pretty well because Nate. No, don't let him out of the cage, player. Don't let him out of the cage.
Let him out. He's going to take a shit on your desk, Chris.
Chris, this is what I be doing.
I know you do this. So handle it. Go ahead and handle it. Handle him. Handle him.
I got you.
You going to pick him up?
Yeah, I can.
You're kidding me.
Are you scared?
I don't like birds, bro.
But you're Eagles fans.
Yeah, but I don't like birds, bro. Like if that turkey gets near me, I'm eating it tonight.
Oh. Hey, I got something special for you next week.
Hey,
we'll have this one.
Hey, and Mr. Turkey, Nate has something special for you too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. What's he gonna whip out? The long ride to the to Thanksgiving dinner. Jesus, look at this bird.
It's a big boy.
PETA's gonna be on our ass, man.
No, it's not. Big beautiful Tom.
Not that I give a fuck. They're weird, but like, look at this big Tom in the. Oh my God! Why are y'all all back there? Like I'm sitting here, and there's a turkey. Look, you guys are like holding him hostage and shit.
You like that? Why are you so scared?
Damn, Nate. No, I'm not scared.
You
I'm
have a bird
intrigued. Like the way that bird just like.
Big dog, right?
That's a small one.
This is a small.
Yeah, we just weighed. The largest one in the field right now is 40 pounds.
Look at that. 40. Biggest one is 40 pounds. Got a nice, beautiful tomboy, we call him.
Yeah.
On the farm.
No, I understand.
Nice. What?
You're gonna have to
Farm
speak into
raised.
the microphone. Can you get the turkey to do the
He
sound?
might not gobble.
Ask the turkey what he thinks
He's on
of
his
Tua.
own. But that is about what he. If we did it at the farm,
Hold on a
he
second.
would.
They would.
But he's kind of by himself, so.
Hey, if you guys want to check these turkeys out, kellybronze.com.
Yeah.
Promo code Dr. Facts. DR.FAX. Oh, no, 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 no.
Yeah, it's
He
not
doesn't have
doing it.
headphones on.
Oh yeah, I was trying to. Put
I
it on
mean,
the microphone.
First of all,
Like,
there's
he's
no
got
ladies
headphones.
here for him to gobble for, so.
Yeah, yeah. There's no chicks.
No chicks. Yep.
The
No
Cardinals ruined it. I had a whole theme of the day of
The birds.
And
The
it wouldn't-
birds. Look, he's
all
about to take off, bro.
Yeah, he was like, theme of the day. I'm ready. All the birds,
Look at
but
this
the
little
Cardinals.
bird.
You like that?
Yeah, it's crazy,
You
man.
can touch him.
No, I just don't feel like it. I'll get up and touch him. Fuck it.
You got to, right?
That's hilarious.
Just fed it.
He's not good.
He's not.
First of
going
all,
to.
he can't bite you. He'd peck you.
And we got my guy Judd Culver here, who takes care and grows these beautiful birds every single year. Even though he is a Virginia Tech Hokie.
He's a Hokie. That makes a lot of sense.
Even though
hey, I think
Hokie.
this year we might get you.
Oh, I think you might be right about that.
Hey, once in a blue moon, man.
Oh, my dear Lord. Let's not even talk about them right now.
No, it's all good. We'll talk about these turkeys.
Turkeys.
So Nate, where can they find a turkey?
Hey, kellybronze.com. And for people, this is the brand of bird that we're talking about the London games. They feed to the Queen every year.
Yeah.
No shit, the Queen.
Yeah,
eats
they don't do
these particular
Thanksgiving. They do
turkeys.
holiday. They do
Well, she
holiday
used to.
birds, or she used to.
This is
The king does now too. So that we have they have their own flock. So my partner over in the UK, we have to grow a special flock for the royals.
no way.
Yeah.
This is a royal bird.
Look, we have I brought a royal bird in for
This
you
is
guys.
crazy. Best flight, worst flight, maybe the flight to see you around Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I know you guys always laugh and you talk about like Nate's going to deal with those turkeys. So I had asked
Look at
Judd-
the mastery you have.
Yeah, I had asked Judd. I was like, Judd, you think we could bring a live?
Are people in
bird
the
this year?
are the people in the
What are the chat? What's the chat say?
the chat? Oh, can we eat these fried turkey gizzards? Hits different.
This turkey
See that?
in general hits different. It's very, very good, guys.
I wish turkeys had cooler heads. They would make awesome pets. Over under rushing yards by the turkey next week. This is wild, man. I knew there was a surprise coming.
Yeah.
If he flutters, don't.
I gotta tell you, I haven't touched a bird in a while. You know, I just don't usually like them, but this is a pretty docile bird.
Yeah, I mean,
The toms are pretty cool.
Yeah.
They make good pets. The hens, they're a little bit more.
but the
rambunctious.
toms, it's funny.
What are the
they're
Jake
just,
sack
look,
like?
Look, the toms are just like males. The
Yeah.
toms are cool until the chicks come
He's
around.
considered a Jake.
He's
right
still
now
a Jake.
because he's young,
Yeah,
right? But they're already sexually mature, so they're doing their thing in the field.
they're doing their thing in the field.
Jake, you want to go home?
Hell yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
I hope
bird's
he
about to
takes
take
off.
I got his leg. They don't fly.
Well,
He'll just
he'll
flutter.
hop up on top of that damn
Yeah.
teleprompter.
They actually prefer the run. They run 28 miles per hour.
Golly, it's a little dinosaur there, man.
It really is.
Is that some next gen
Well, good.
stats?
Hey, Dr. Fax, one more time, let them know.
Hey,
When
everyone,
this bird's going back in the
right?
cage.
kellybronze.com and then promo code Dr. Fax, DR.FAX.
That promo code's gonna go crazy.
You guys go get you a turkey for the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever you need.
That's a beautiful bird. I appreciate you bringing that bird by.
Appreciate you, Judd.
You know, look. Oh my God.
It's big.
Jeez,
Those
Louise.
legs.
Oh my goodness.
I'll get you some. What you call for?
Look how confidently
for-
he handles that bird.
For Willie. Is it? Wait, what's your dog's name?
Willie.
Willie. The
Oh my God.
The turkey legs, bro. Dogs.
Dogs love him.
Yeah, love them.
Look at the little
Love 'em.
feathers.
Look at that.
This is wild. Man, this is cool. I appreciate you coming by.
Nice to meet you.
I wanna see the setup one day. Nate need to take me out there.
Sure.
Since I'm not afraid of birds, I'll just.
Seeing them all, bro. I'm not gonna lie. When you see them all together.
Before the 1st of November.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We get press showing up after the 1st of November.
Really?
All the time. Like, where are all the birds?
No way. Yeah. I'll be there. I don't know if I want to be
They
there
look
like a
like-
couple days before.
Bro,
the
they look
1st of
like what you
November.
call. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of looks like zombie apocalypse.
Nice to meet you.
The way they move
Thanks
in
for coming
packs.
by. Yeah, I'll see you again.
I'll see you next week.
Yeah, man. Yeah, next week. Yeah.
No, he's gonna bring a cooked one next week.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So like not just.
Incredible.
I'm not just gonna bring that in. I'm also gonna bring.
Incredible.
Yeah, the finished
I
product.
just touched the bird and I touched my eyes.
Farm to table, right? That's what everyone lives
Am
for.
I gonna get pink eye or like
No, you shouldn't.
some sort of? Well, all right. So that was incredible. We were just talking about the Bevel Conway.
We're into anti-bevel.
Anti-Bevel Conway. Fuck yeah, Nate. I'm hungry. Anti-Bevel Conway is going to be the guy from JMU who I sent to Reed, but Reed isn't here. So maybe Tanner can look it up. This is the Anti-Bevel Conway. And I'm all about face paint. I used to paint my face a little bit, but this guy looks like something's wrong with his eye.
They were showing he was like Vladimir, or what's the movie? The football movie?
The program.
Yeah,
the program. Supposedly
Vladimir. Yeah.
Vladimir. I love his dead president's look that he's had before.
he
like
does this
suppose
every
this
game,
guy does
too.
all the time, and I'm
Bro,
all
that's
for,
white.
like,
That's white face.
It
You
is.
should be canceled. for
I'm
that.
doing for nope. So anyways,
James Madison University.
anyways, here's the deal. I just think black and white paint like there's blood coming out of his eyes. What was his stat line this game?
good.
Anybody know what his PFF grade was?
Tackle. I think I looked this up. I think he had 1 tackle.
That's the one thing about doing something like this is you kind of paint yourself into a corner where it's like, now I have to play like Latimer. And I mean, like, you could play really well and not show up on the stat sheet, and it's an easy opportunity. I'm all about looking like a fucking psychopath. I just like his dead president's look that he's gone with before a little bit better. And more than anything, I just wanted to feature this on the show. This guy's obviously insane. And I looked at this a bunch yesterday and thought he was a Caucasian guy because it's just a white guy thing to do.
Yeah, it's a white guy move.
But I love it.
That's,
I love it. I like the black paint.
I
a
kind
little
of
bit
love
more,
it too,
the
actually.
black and white.
That was your anti-bevel?
Yeah, I just wanted to fit it in.
Yeah. My anti-bevel is going to the London turf. We talked about this a little bit earlier. I just feel like, hey, we've been playing overseas and on London long enough that we don't want to see guys slipping and falling. It looks like there's barely grass on that field. And, like, yes, it's a soccer pitch and it's made for soccer. NFL, we have enough money. Keep our guys safe and healthy when we're going out there. And I just think it looks bad when you're watching and they're showing in slow motion. Yeah, look at the turf just coming up. I just feel
It's
like
tough.
it's bad.
It was true. It's a tough surface, and you know, like, you got to have the right cleats on and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And guys were slipping a little bit. Like we were
The
talking
rain
about
doesn't
earlier.
help either.
If the NFL is going to do, your question was, you were like, man, look at what we're doing for the soccer pitch, like
Exactly.
for the World Cup. We'll see if the World Cup happens in certain cities. But when it comes to you know, us setting the table for the soccer teams, and then we go over there and the pitch is kind of like for soccer, it's so the ball skips across. It was like last year when we were talking about Brazil and guys are slipping, and we would be like, that field sucked, and everybody's like, no, it's not, it's perfect. That's what we want the ball to skip across. I'm like, this is American football though. So if the NFL is going to do a game every week in London, they need their own stadium.
Great call.
Don't tell me you
Great
don't have
call.
enough money to do it.
Great call.
Anti-bevel.
Anti-bevel.
Anti-bevel. Kind of mentioned this earlier. The Chargers unis didn't quite do it for me. I mean, it's just nah.
My anti-bevel.
Like,
good.
so I was just gonna say, it looks like that piss you take when you morning after you go over to Dirty Nellies and rip a couple American Spirits. That's what it looked like to me, Chris. I know you're familiar. Yeah, and then the Colts dogged them out on social media. Did you guys see this? This is so good.
Yeah.
That is really good.
Yeah, Minions. Yeah.
My anti-bevel was the replays in the Eagles-Vikings game. I forget which network it was.
Fox.
But they're doing like an ISO shot. Like say it's a run play. It's an ISO shot on just the running back running through the hole.
Yeah.
Who cares for that? Like, show us. I want to see the run
something like
concept
that.
develop. Show
Football guy. No one's got to see the all 22.
All
baby.
22. Give us the all 22. Give the ball knowers what they want to see.
We
Give me
just
some
wanna-
run
we need a
fits.
little tighter of a shot.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
I don't
Shout
get
out
it.
to Joel Santos, though, the music guy for Fox. He does do a
Yeah.
great job. Let him do the replays.
Yeah.
He's really got it. What did he play going into commercial?
We
I
had
think that was-
Kashmir, Led Zeppelin on one of them. That was great.
We had one that I tweeted about it, and people were like, what? Must have been.
He did a good job.
But anyways, he's always bringing the heat.
Best seat.
Best seat. What do you got, boys?
I got Kyle
Oh,
Shanahan.
I got a good one.
I got Kyle Shanahan. I mean, I just feel like as a coach,
Oh, Spody. They played Spody going into the break. Little outcast.
a Spotty Dottiopolis,
Spody, Odie, Dopalicious.
Spotty Yachty Dollars. Yeah. But anyway, best seat, Kyle Shanahan. I just feel like whenever a coach is in a position and a bunch of your stars, like big enough names like Bosa and Fred Warner go down, it probably feels good to see a bunch of backups and guys that been playing, coming off the practice squad and doing that, playing well, and they're still winning, and they're still in a great spot in their division. So I feel like he has the best seat right now.
I will go best seat Shedeur Sanders, because who would want to, who would want to be out there right now for that team?
Yeah.
And in that weather yesterday, I want to see him play, but not yesterday.
Yeah.
Not in that game. Yeah, the Dolphins would have been a nice soft landing. Anybody get another best seat? We about finished here.
I got a best seat. Nope. Nolan kind of mentioned this already, but Vrabes in Nashville getting Vrabel chants. Like, you go back to the old team and like they're literally chanting your name as you beat the shit out of them. Like,
fire.
That's about as good as it gets, man. That's pretty gratifying,
dude.
How about
yeah, that makes you feel good.
How about Rashee Rice fantasy owners?
Ooh.
Waited 6 weeks, get 2 tuds in his debut.
He's here.
There's more where that came from. That offense is rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, what's he laughing about?
That's so funny. Worst seat.
Worst seat, the passengers in the car that Rashee Rice is driving.
Jesus.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man, I was going to keep it on fantasy.
People are going to be mad at me, not the Chiefs.
I was going to be mad at fantasy football. Worst seat. Bo Allen not changing his lineup this week.
Bo Allen not changing his lineup.
Max is trying to get under my skin like I give a fuck. Yeah, I forgot to change my lineup. I think I had like 4 players that were out playing in fantasy, and I logged in on Sunday, and I was like, oh, god damn it. Yeah, what that score end up being, Fax? A lot too little?
Yeah, I mean, you still got a chance with tonight, but I'm winning.
Really?
I'm winning 101-73. And you still got a chance,
wow.
but I got Montgomery playing tonight.
Montgomery.
I have a lot of players out. All right, let me give my worst seat. My worst seat is being on the Raiders defense, 4th down. Patrick Mahomes trying to draw you off sides. Well, this play never fucking works. This shit never.
Oh, that was so
Then
fucking funny, dude.
You catch a dive solid right to your face. You think you're good, like, okay, they're not actually going to call. They're going to take a play. Boom, double team right to your face, 1st down.
What's worse on that play is none of the Raiders, like if you look at the Raiders front, the people he was trying to fool didn't get fooled. None of them moved.
No, I don't
They
think
just
they
got
were
bullied
fooled.
anyway.
I don't think they were fooled.
Yeah.
I just feel like they just didn't win.
I don't think they were
down.
fooled.
Yeah, they didn't win the down.
But I think you see a little. The stance has got a little loose. Once he pulled out,
Dude,
the pocket,
yeah. When you hear that this never fucking works, you're like, what is it?
they're not
You're
running
like,
a play call after that. Bam! Fucking double team right into your fucking.
Worst seat. Worst seat. Tyler Badie. I don't know. I've figured out how to say his name. The young
Batty?
guy for Batty
Vikings?
Yeah, Vikings.
Batty.
Because he had to sit under the fucking tush push.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, they drew straws for that. It was funny. I was like, man, did they draw straws for that? And then somebody tweeted at me. They were like, I coached him in high school. He's the type of guy that would fall in that grenade. I'm like, man, what a fucking dog he is. He's like, me, coach, I volunteer as tribute to get crushed by 2,000 pounds. It really is. It's terrible.
Worst seat. Jags fans. Life comes at you fast in the NFL, man.
Bro, it's not
couple weeks ago.
It's not a worst seat.
Couple weeks ago, you're king of the world, beat
not a
the
worst
Chiefs
seat. They're in the
on
pool.
in a primetime spot.
They're in the pool.
Now all of a sudden, hope we're 500.
AJ Brown.
That's just weird. I thought
AJ Brown catches 2
I didn't think
touchdown
Fax
passes,
would
and now
bring a
Eagles.
turkey in.
Say again.
I thought Fax would be eating crow today. I didn't think you'd be bringing a turkey in.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a funny joke.
Great call.
He fucking got you.
Yeah, you guys, it's all good. It's gonna be all good. Eagles.
You've been a really good sport about this.
Hey, just know that the Eagles.
Yeah, you've been a good sport.
Trade deadline isn't over yet, and you guys just wait.
The trade deadline actually never happened. Like you said, it's not over. It's not something that like it's like a deadline. It's only like a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They could still trade. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. But like they can only trade up until
The Mercury's in Gatorade.
and their Mercury is in Gatorade right now. So you guys can laugh it up now.
Okay. So who's the is there any hollow man? Hollow man?
Absolutely, it has to be. It has to be Tua. 3 interceptions. You go out there, you throw your team under the bus, and then you try to backtrack and go back and be like, guys, like I said some things in the media. Like, yeah, you said some things. And then the only thing that's going to make it better, you go out there and ball out. But what do? You do the complete opposite of ball out. You go and throw 3 picks. You got everyone pissed off at you. You get benched. And then you got your coach making jokes about you starting the next game that hopefully you don't throw 10 picks. So I would say hollow man has to be Tua right now.
Yeah, it's hard to you'd be hard pressed to find a more hollow man. But I will say
got one.
My friend Carson Wentz, who I still love and think is a great person and a tough football player, but you just like you have a really good opportunity to beat your old team and 1-6 in the red zone, a lot of really questionable decisions. I feel for him. Like he's another guy that's already dead. Like so it's hard to feel worse. He's already been benched. He's been cut. But that could have been a really special day for him, and it wasn't. Hollow man.
Yeah. Could have been a really special day for Jude McTomney as well for the Giants. Missed that extra point. Probably not feeling too good about that one. Fuck all kickers. Sorry. It's obviously a team loss, but that is not ideal for you, brother. Hollow man.
Fly.
Go ahead.
No,
keep
going.
No, keep going.
You keep going.
I was just gonna say, like, I always say it when I see it, but the extra point moving back has to be the greatest like rule change in NFL.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Like it's just so crazy the difference because it's only like it's not that far, but
These
it's just
guys'
like
jobs are so fucking easy for the most part. They play video games all week while we practice. They don't get any CTE. They don't break their fingers. The guy got his foot stepped on 2 weeks ago, which is a daily occurrence for me, and he dropped like a fly. We should make their jobs harder. I want to see them squirm a little bit. This is good.
No, yeah, I love it. I love it.
Especially they're getting cocky. They're hitting field goals from the fucking logo.
Bro, yeah.
Humble these guys, dude.
Humble them up.
Fucking
fly in the wall. What you got?
They're kind of like jockeys, bro. Like they're like little jockeys.
Oh,
yeah. They should be like riding horses instead. Like we let them play our sport and fucking.
I gotta kick a football.
Oh no!
I'm 5'2". Oh.
There was a guy in Green Bay. They were like, he hit a game-winning field goal last week, and they're like, "How do you feel about it?" He's like, "Oh, well, I was a substitute teacher, and I was perfectly happy." What the fuck, man?
Man, you must love your students. Like, what the fuck? Like, hell no, bro.
I'll tell you there was one kicker, though, I had. He's not the only kicker I had that was like this, but, like, Greg Zuerlein was a dog. He used to drink fucking beers in the back of the plane with the D-line, bro. He was a fucking Earth City dog. He had no choice in he was like, it was like Oz, and he was like a new guy at Oz. Remember that?
The jail show?
Yeah, dude. That's what our defense was like, bro. We were just like crazy. And like our team was insane. The kickers had to follow suit. You couldn't go in there and be like, "Oh, I'm in for like money laundering." You had to be like a little crazy, dude. Donnie Jones, punters are cool. Hecker, Donnie Jones, guys
Donnie.
Like that.
I mean, I love Jake.
Jake Elliott's a great guy.
Jake is the only kicker I ever actually liked. Cairo Santos is pretty fun to play ping pong with.
What are you laughing about?
He's an okay guy. He's the only one I liked. This guy.
So at the end of the day, they're all perfectly nice people.
Hey, hollow man, all the kickers who played with Bo.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get done with practice and I'm like pulling fucking turf out of my face mask, taking 10 minutes to take my goddamn tape off because I can't.
Speaking of hollow man, the guy from the Giants, just make a fucking kick, swing your leg. In the words of Matt Prater, swing your leg.
Yeah,
swing your leg.
Man, all the kickers,
We're almost there,
All
guys.
the kickers that played with Bo Allen, they're gonna put up the meme, the 50 Cent meme. What do you say? Fuck me for?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yep.
Fuck me for?
But I will tell you, did Harrison Butker miss another kick yesterday?
No, he's pretty good. I think.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Starting to wonder if activism's getting in the way of football.
All right, fly on the wall.
I used to hear that a lot.
Flying.
But we won the Super Bowl.
I can.
Yeah. Harrison Butker's activism. He was at the No Kings rally on Saturday.
Okay. Yeah. Kicking footballs into the crowd.
I got a fly on the wall. I'll just kick this one off if you guys don't mind. There's been a lot made of what AJ Brown said in celebration after his touchdown. Saw a lot of people doing the NFL lip syncing kind of bit. You know what I mean? I want to know what he actually said because I think a lot is being made there. What did he actually say? Let me get some subtitles. Let me get like an expert FBI lip reader because I actually want to know. I feel like WIP is going to be running with this all
John Boy
fucking week.
would get on it, right?
Let's hear what he actually said.
I don't know can you play it? Because it's so funny. Like, you look at the Bad Boys thing, dude. The Bad Boys posters are back. The fucking. I'll tell you what, man.
Oh man, the fall is gonna be great.
In the movies, God, it's a good movie too. The Bradley Cooper's basically method acting. He's an Eagles fan, but he's crazy. Silver Linings Playbook.
Oh yeah.
It's a fantastic movie that really offers an in-depth look into what like mental health struggles are like. But it is kind of like Eagles Twitter is kind of like Silver Linings Playbook. Like it's like week to week, man.
Oh yeah.
You don't know what you're gonna get.
You mean they all are schizophrenic?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like the mood of the team, the mood of the fan base goes from we are just to hey, QB had a perfect fucking passer rating, like dynasty. You know, like it's up and down, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
I was walking out of an Eagles game once when I was a kid. Eagles got the win, right? Two guys behind me, I think they were both like factory workers. And the one guy says to the other guy is like, man, work's going to suck this week. And the guy he's walking with goes, nah, we got the win. It'll be fine. I was like, what the hell is this?
Oh, yeah.
That's the same kind of shit Chris and I would say leaving the facility.
Yeah,
we got the win.
exactly.
It'll be all right. Our D-line coach will act like we're really good this week because we won.
Yeah.
That's life in the NFL. All right. And then we go to STL Memorial.
STL Memorial.
Boy, do I have a good one for you guys.
I got a good one, too.
You remember the hockey player Jaromir Jagr?
Yeah.
Played forever.
Okay, he played forever.
still
Jaromir
playing,
Jagr
right?
began his 38th professional season by playing on the fourth line for his hometown Kladno Knights in a 3-1 victory over Vitkovice
God.
on Friday night in the Czech League. Debut was delayed because of a muscle problem. Dog, the guy has been playing almost as long as I have been alive.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
He's 53, 38 years. He's been playing since he's 15.
Dude, he is gonna
Two-thirds
play, he
of
might
his
as well
life
just play
professionally.
until he kicks the bucket because like there's nothing. He's gonna be like the guy. I'm not saying it's gonna end up like that, but remember the guy in
that's all you know.
in the movie with Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins, Meet Me in
Siwatanejo.
yes,
Yeah.
Brooks.
Brooks
Brooks
was
is
here.
institutionalized, bro.
yeah.
Like
He's
Jaromir Jagr is
institutionalized.
going to be at the grocery store. Like, what the fuck am I even doing, dude? I want to be on the fourth line for a Czech hockey team. And it's just wild to me. For the love of the game, dude. For the love of the game, and the fact that they call it a muscle problem, like they don't even report injuries over there, is incredible. He's a 53-year-old man.
Someone in the chat goes, 2 would kill it in the Czech League.
Oh, put 2 in the Czech League, bro.
2 in the Czech League.
Dude, Stephen Ross definitely needs to start a league somewhere else and be like, hey, Tua, I will pay you $150 million a year. All you have to do is be off the Miami Dolphins.
STL Memorial. Mine's going to, gotta give it up, ex-Jag, Tyson Campbell. Great game. He played lockup defense. It was all fun and games last week. Both the trade candidates from both teams kind of had a bad start, but Tyson Campbell kind of showed that he's a baller, had a nice pick six, so that's going to go my STL Memorial.
Bo, STL Memorial.
One that got away.
I got a good one.
One that
People
got
were
away, Nate.
mentioning this in the chat earlier. Got to give my guy Derek Brown some flowers. He fucking balled out against the Jets. 7 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 passes defended. On the year, he's having a really good year. I don't think people are really talking about it as much because the Panthers, small media market, and they kind of aren't that great. But 26 tackles, 3 sacks, 5 passes defended. He's been playing really well. He was playing really good. What was it? I think it was last year, 2 years ago. He had like 110 tackles or something like that, which was crazy. And then he got injured, but he's a great young player, man. He really balled out.
He's a beast.
STL Memorial.
My STL Memorial is Herbert to Gadsden. I feel like I'll be telling my kids about Herbert to Gadsden one day. 7 receptions, 164 yards. Herbert got hit every play, and it feels like Gadsden was just waiting on the other end of the field for the ball. Crazy.
He's the guy that's going to save the day, though. Like, if you're thinking about things are going to change for them, and they like him a lot. But, like, you're going to need more than that. It's crazy, dude. But he balled out. He balled out. He's a good player. Syracuse guy.
Game ball.
Game ball. I mean, you got to give it to Jalen Hurts. Perfect passer rating. You know, we can nitpick a lot on the Eagles and, hey, they didn't, a bunch of 3 and outs before the half or yada, yada, yada. But when it mattered and he had to deliver a strike, he did all day. Deep balls, museum quality deep balls. Game ball.
Great stuff.
Jalen Hurts.
Good. I want to reiterate, you know what? There are times when it's just too much fun to disagree with Dr. Facts. Just get him heated. We like to get each other heated. That's why he gave me a worse seat in the fantasy league. It's just fun to shit on each other. That's locker room culture, guys. But my guy, Nate, could not be more right about Kyle Shanahan and what he's doing for the 49ers. They're 5-2. They won last night. He gets a game ball from me. It feels like everyone on that goddamn team is injured. So I'm with you here, Facts. Can't remember what award you gave him, best seat maybe. But he gets a game ball from the Butter King as well because he is really coaching them boys up.
Damn, we're really on the same page today. The Mercury is really in Gatorade.
It is.
Because my game ball is going to Robert Saleh because of the same reasons you're talking about. I just feel like the 49ers.
Spider-Man meme, you guys.
The 49ers right now, I was a guy that was a fringe to make the 53-man roster, bouncing back from practice squad to like regular roster. And I just know how it is where you're not necessarily waiting for a guy to get hurt. You're just waiting for the right circumstance for that coach to be like, hey, you're going to get your shot this week if everything just works out, or if this happens, if this guy can't go, you're going to get your shot. And I just know as a guy waiting to hear that, to actually show up and do it, like when you get your chance, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for the organization, for one, and it's a big deal for yourself because you work hard and you put all this work in behind the scenes, and to finally get a chance and then you go in there like a lot of these guys are doing with the 49ers and actually showing up and playing well. I just feel like it goes to show, just like you said, for Shanahan and Saleh, I think that they got all those guys humming right now, and I think they deserve a few game balls.
That's a pretty good one.
My game ball to Susie Allen. It was her birthday this weekend. Shout out Susie Allen. And she had to put up with her son dropping so many naughty words today on the Greenlight podcast. So
Happy
game
birthday.
ball.
She'll definitely text me about it.
Happy birthday, Susie.
Love you, Mom. Happy birthday.
I got a quick America's team I want to give. I know we're doing them on the later shows, but CBS had a crew on the Utah State San Jose State game Friday night. I got to listen to the second half. The guys in that booth were pretty good, including one Kyle Long, who's just – I'm telling you, I bust Kyle's balls a lot about a lot of things, but he's a fucking natural in the booth. He's a natural in the booth. He's a natural at the desk, and I look forward to seeing the continued ascension in the media game from Kyle Long. I enjoyed listening to Little Bro call a game. I was like, that's crazy. Because, you see guys on shows. We all got friends on shows. Anybody can have a podcast. I mean, seriously, in today's day and age, it's like we could use some podcasts, including this one. We could finish it soon. But to do that stuff, you're kind of like, whoa, man, that's pretty fucking cool to call games and stuff. So good for Kyle.
Kyle called a Delaware game earlier this season. One of my buddies is a Delaware football alum. Shout out Christian, he's also a local. But yeah, when Kyle was on the call, Christian was listening to it in the car, and he was like, Kyle is fucking killing it.
Somebody said, Matt Roth at the chat said it's crazy that Kyle is doing that in addition to driving all those tanks. Never forget. Look at him up
Pretty
there.
view for Kyle, too.
Yeah,
His
you
mountains
really
in the
caught him in
background.
a fucked up
Yeah, I know.
situation.
Play that video. Here we go.
Yeah, look at him. Welcome to. Look at him. I can see him. I can see him enunciating. We don't need to hear Captain America.
9 o'clock Eastern. We're getting close. All right, get your beverages, get your snacks, and get ready for some fireworks because Utah State and San Jose State, they got plenty of those. All right.
I'm sorry I couldn't stay up
That's
until
awesome.
the I couldn't stay up until the end of the game, Kyle. I was just too tired. You'll know what I mean in a couple years.
Game ball.
Game
Kyle
ball.
Long.
Kyle Long. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Anything for tonight?
We got to talk about tonight. Bucks and Lions. Give me the injury report real quick for Bucks and Lions, if you would, because the Lions are. I'm looking at this thing and I'm not doing the thing, but that's a lot of points for a team that's got a bunch of guys down in the back end.
Well, and it's interesting because the Bucks are missing the guys in the matching position on the other side. Like their receivers are all down.
Well,
I think they got Evans
some guys
back,
coming
right?
back. Evans is coming back.
At least he was practicing this week.
I thought I saw Buka was active.
Ibuka's
Big
active. Is
Yep.
Evans back? Ibuka's active.
Ibuka.
Ibuka's active. Is Evans down?
I'm saying he is good to go. We'll play tonight.
So the thing that's hard to figure is I think, a lot of times you try to fade the public. Where's the big money edge? Detroit, 34% of the bets with 59% of the money here. Maybe a good buy low spot for him in a line that kind of to me is a little stinky. I know the home team gets a couple points, but man, Tampa, the books are disrespecting them a little bit. If I'm going to have to bet aside the spread, I'm probably going to take Tampa. That's nothing against, just a lot of points. Don't know who's going to win the game. Really don't. This is one I'm not seeing.
Can I give you a bet, Chris?
Yeah.
Sam Laporta over catches, over yardage, anytime touchdown.
Well, the backer situation, and that's the one thing we said, where's the worry? It's the middle of the field. It's the digs. It's the, it's the crossers. And maybe that just makes it too much for Tampa because the backer play has not been great. Bo, that's a really astute prop. I'm going to hop on that with you.
Thank you, Chris. Hop on that with me. It'll be fun for all of us.
And then we have Texans Seahawks, right? That's the other game.
Under.
Yeah.
And that one, Seahawks favored by 341 is the total.
Under. That's a primetime under. I can only hope because I'm going to be betting the primetime under. Seattle at home, prime time. This would be a huge win for them. And the Texans are fighting for their lives to get back in that race. Can't afford to drop too many more. So, as always, thank you to BetMGM. Make sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends. We're here every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I love you all. I really do. Even if you think Justin Herbert's a bad football player, we're all God's creatures. And
I'll tell you
what?
I got practice tonight, Chris.
You do?
I'm playing in
your city league.
I'm playing in the 35 and up UNC basketball league.
Bro, don't pop your
Go.
No, I don't want anything like that. I was 0 for 1 in the first
shout out to
game.
Chris Allen.
Don't run the floor.
I was
Don't run the floor. Just play in the post.
0 for 1 my first game.
On the wing.
But I had a nice assist.
Yeah.
But the only reason why I'm really going to this mandated practice tonight by the team is to let them know that I am indeed a shooter and I'm not going to be in the block a lot. And so tonight at this practice, I'm just going to show them, hey, maybe we should let this guy shoot.
Do you guys always have practice, or is this mandated because of loafs?
Because you guys
No,
didn't
this was the
play
first.
well.
No, last game was the first time, for me, me meeting a lot of the guys,
okay.
and so we were just we played, and it was decent.
Are
We
they
were just
good? Are your
you know-
teammates good?
No, they are. The guys, they know how to
No,
play
that was
ball.
a Tua test.
Say it again.
It was a Tua test.
They definitely know how to play ball, but we don't know how to play together. So he was
okay, Tua.
the main guy who ran the team. He was just hey, we do a shoot around on Mondays. It's not a serious thing.
Bro, you're going to pull up tonight and dudes are going to be like, we don't know how to play together? What's the makeup of the team? Is it dads or
It's dads. It's guys who play in the Tonsler. The guys who we're playing against, I think it's probably See, I don't want to disrespect anyone because
Yeah,
I
see,
don't
I'm
know.
baiting
I don't know for sure, but definitely
basically
at
an NBA
least
team.
high school, and I think some low-level college guys are in this league, like for sure. Like guys who played in college places. I definitely the white guy we played.
Do you
against
get
last
tape
week.
on this?
I have some.
You got tape on your
Yeah,
team?
I got an assist.
Can you bring it in so I can grade you? I want to grade your whole team.
Yeah, bro. It'd be awesome.
PFF grades.
We'll see.
All right. Everybody have a great week. Two fucking Monday night games. What else could you ask for? My wife's thrilled. Thrilled with me. Hey, babe, just got home. Going to watch some more football.
Every time I come home Monday, my girl always says that to her. She's like, "There's another game on
they
tonight,
hate
isn't
it.
there?" And I'm just like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh."
Here,
All right.
hey, if you want to grade some tape real fast to end it, here's Dr. Fax dropping a dime. Look, top of the
Let
key.
me see.
Uh-oh. Is it running?
Hold on.
Oh.
Because it didn't happen, right?
Oh, man.
I get it.
No, he's got it pulled up here.
Oh, here it is.
Here we go. All right. Top of the key, Dr. Fax.
Look at
Packed
that.
house.
Offense running through me, baby.
Boom.
Look.
Woo!
Seeing the floor.
See that?
Really seeing the floor.
Shit.
I like that. Look at you. Nice. One more time. Close out the show. Teamwork makes the dream work. Y'all take care.